Right. Alright, let's stop this music.
Harlan is on his phone.
Harlan is on his phone. Okay, well, that's a start. So, hello and welcome to Crabby D&D. We are currently missing 2 members, unfortunately. Harlan is on his phone and will presumably be telling us whether he is late or what's going on. Food has arrived later than expected, okay, and Infernal is currently revising for his exam, which is tomorrow morning. I would have excused him, but he did say that he was going to be able to make the session. I would still excuse him if he did turn around and say he needed the time to revise, but he said he's joining, so we're just going to give him time. No announcements, as usual, so anything anybody wants to say before we begin?
I like cookies.
Actually, you know what? Call this bias unfairness. Simon, you, Jamie, and Sudz, you will get inspiration if you've used yours already.
Oh, woo! I needed that.
You can have it for being on time. I will not be dishing this out every week. Do not think that this kindness will be present every time.
Well, it is good to have. I appreciate the kindness, good sir.
You're welcome. Use it wisely.
Oh, we
Natural.
Oh, we won't. We'll do it on something stupid which works. It's like, yep, that's fine. That works too. Stupid is also fine.
Wants to find bird. Rolls that one. Must find.
Must find bird. Real question is, do we wait for one of them or do we just begin? What do you guys think?
Might as well begin. It shouldn't take too long for Harlan to show up.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, Infernal's just not going to be too long. Yeah, we'll begin.
Yeah, as long as one of them shows up before I have to go and get food. Otherwise, we'll be 3 people down.
We'll be fine.
It's okay.
We got some people here to talk. You, Jamie, can take the stage.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's it, new Jamie. Get it sorted out. Come on. You're now our...
Dusting all the responsibility upon you.
Yep, exactly.
Prepare for D&D intermission, where you learn a little bit about random early 20th century New Zealand earthquake.
I'm game. Right.
What kind of check would that be? Would that be nature or history? Actually, no. It would be
good question.
It would be a nature history check by the dual ability check system. Anyway, we were starting. We've already derailed. Perfect. Welcome back. I see some of you are still missing, but that's fine. I spent some time contemplating what you did last week, when you told me you were going to the sewers and then got caught up. So, I've made extra sure things won't go so smoothly for you all. Some of your dice are weighted now, but I'm not going to tell you which ones, and no requesting new dice either. Last time, with all your plans to go to the sewer getting caught up within your investigation, you discover a strange creature may be directly related to the initial contamination of Trenlor's Rest. How accurate this assumption may be is yet to be revealed. But you've made progress in assisting the town and getting connections established in preparation for confronting the otherwise perturbed construction workers at the yard, in hopes of otherwise getting the keys to the sewers so that you may investigate further. To what end? We shall see. As your troop, consisting of Cat, Damian, Kay, Lloyd, Romulus, and Vinny, you traverse the pathways under the guidance of the Plague Knights, who escort you to the thoroughfare in town, before you head southward to the construction yard. The well-paved and maintained main road that cuts the town of the Trenlor's Rest in half otherwise lies mostly quiet at this time, despite it being near midday and a fairly clear weather. Bar a few guards and Plague Knights who otherwise patrol the outside of the city start, as you approach the main guilds along this thoroughfare and merchant quarter. You see a couple of shops are otherwise open for business at this time, amongst the typical others that line the main street here. You see a butcher's called Butcher's Home, and what looks to be a tailor's called Sew and Stun. Both are open currently as you pass by, but with the blunt and yet delicious smell of cooked meats catching your attention, as many, if not all, of your tummies immediately rumble, given that it's past lunchtime and you skipped food. What would
Except
you like to
mine.
do?
Mine's not rumbling because I've been eating constantly.
That's fair. You all smell the otherwise deluxe and otherwise drawing in smell of spices and salted meats and otherwise cooked meats that otherwise catch your attention as you're otherwise pulled towards it, seeing that it is open and smelling from the interior what lies beneath.
Weird smell.
Would you like to continue on?
I'd like some food.
Yes, cat. How hungry are you?
A little hungry.
Well, too bad because you burned all my furs.
Well, that's what happens when you don't turn up.
I told you I had to go out to get cigarettes from the corner store.
Well, I didn't think you were coming back, so.
Admittedly, that was 10 years ago, but still. It was a very long trip.
Days.
Jokes aside,
Well, I'm
I'm
hungry.
here
Who
now.
else?
Hello, hope everyone's good.
Hello.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm game for getting food.
Okay. So, is anybody staying outside or is everybody going in?
I'm going in.
I'm in.
I will go in as well.
Kay or Cat, are you staying
Sure.
outside?
I guess I
I-
will go in.
I'm
Okay.
going in.
Okay. Built into the side of the Merchants Guild, the way you, which you otherwise walk past through in the thoroughfare. For general location on where you are, by the way, this here is the Merchants Guild. The otherwise large stockyard and section with rows of houses on either side, or not houses, shop fronts on either side. As you otherwise approach what this shopfront, known as the Butcher's Home, is a simple shopfront with what looks to be hanging chains that stand in place of a door, otherwise hanging from the main archway and frame, while a covered countertop can be seen through the single window that allows for glancing inside, where at large you can see the current owner standing and managing the various meats. The interior holds what look to be a mouth-watering array of various sausages, meats, cooked and uncooked of all varieties, cheeses, thin slices of bread, crackers, and honey, all from over the alliance, it would seem, of different imports and takes. The owner in question, which I'd say all of you would notice, is otherwise a broad-shouldered and rather rough-looking goatman, for those of you which are familiar with the species, stands before you. His massive mane of otherwise plaited grey hair is tied back into a single large wave at the back of his head, but is otherwise kept within a large fishnet arrangement that holds it back from its full volume, while he wears an otherwise tied leather shirt and rough-looking trousers, while his hooves are clasped with what looks to be decorative metal bands. He otherwise seems to be working at the general countertop as he sees your group approach, staring at all of you with his bright yellow square eyes, and is otherwise somewhat off-putting for most of you. But for those of you who are more familiar, which I'd probably say Cat and Romulus, you two are probably the most learned of this particular group. While I'd say Vinny, you have heard of them but never met any personally. Goatmen are typically a very savage group of individuals. They are cousins to satyrs, which are friendly, bouncy, playful, and party-ish in the Feywild. Goatmen, on the other hand, chose not all of that.
Looks tasty.
Say that.
Indeed.
You can't encourage that.
Oh, I thought you were referring to the meat.
It was, but I don't think it's it's a cooked meat.
Well, this is a butcher's. I don't imagine much of the meat is in fact cooked.
I don't know. I wonder if he does turkey jerky.
If he does do turkey jerky, he doesn't do turkey jerky like the turkey jerky from back home.
True. I guess we should go and get some food. I mean, this is
Right.
Are there any pastries?
Looking about, it just looks to be simple breads. Nothing sweet. There's like basic pastries, like what you might expect. So maybe some croissants, the most when it comes to sweet. Most likely pretzels and like small bits of flatbread for putting the different cheeses and slices of meat on top.
Savoury pastries, so that's what I meant.
Yes.
So like pies and such.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah, plenty of those. Plenty of meat pies by the looks of it, as well as various other kind of arrangements of, as you say, savoury pastries.
Wonder if there's a West Alliance pasty.
I don't suppose there is
Maybe.
any quiche.
Do you wish to go in and have a look? At the moment, you're all currently gawking at the window. If you all wish to go inside.
I think so.
No, I thought we were going in.
Yeah, I'm going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My stomach says go in.
All stepping inside, you begin to smell the immediate hit of the various cooked meats. The rich flavours and the scents, the spices and everything kind of all going off at once is a little bit overwhelming for you, Kay. But overall, most of you kind of embrace the smell, and this is a very warm and welcoming butcher's. The individual otherwise looks at each of you, kind of almost swaying from side to side, stepping from hoof to hoof. Can I get you anything?
I'm currently looking around, but I don't suppose you have any quiche.
We have a few. Small ones, not big ones.
Ah. In that case, what would you suggest as the best meat in the house?
If you're looking for a good meat, I'd recommend the boar. It's exotic, exotic for some people around here. They're not used to it, and it's got a good richness to it if cooked well, like it is. Otherwise, it kind of goes over to one particular point and pats on what looks to be the glass countertop, showing off some of the otherwise uncooked meats. There, we've got ourselves Dragonling, if you're after something.
Kay immediately goes over to this thing and looks.
Okay. Looking inside, you see what, as far as you're concerned, looks to just be an uncooked chicken. But you can see that instead of the small, almost like buttonhole pins that would usually coat the edge of a chicken, as the discerning feature of where feathers have been removed, you can see that it is smooth, with kind of small, almost U-shaped or C-shaped cuts, where it seems that scales have been removed.
I personally think some of the boar would be good. I don't suppose you have any honey and apple sauce to go with it.
Honey we do, yes. Apple sauce we don't think we've got any.
Honey is enough. I will take a. What's a serving of boar?
A serving of boar, given it is a slightly exotic amount, and given the amount that you'd probably have, which would be 2 servings, I imagine.
Yeah, probably.
You'd probably, with honey, I'd say. Are you just looking for a pot of honey to buy, or are you looking to just have the honey with the serving?
I was thinking of getting a pot of honey to buy and then lightly coating the boar to make it that sort of like, savoury, sweet sort of honey cooked pork style.
The 2 portions of boar that will be for eating purposes, cooked or uncooked? Or correction, cooked or treated, I should say.
When we say treated,
Salted.
are we talking as in salted and smoked? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to. Ooh, that is a tough question. I want to eat it here, so I'm going to go for cooked.
Okay. Okay. So in-house cooked, you'd be looking at 5 silver for the 2 portions, And for a jar of honey, you'd be looking for 2 gold.
Okay, so that's 2 gold and 5 silver altogether for me.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. In 2 portions of boar, you're otherwise handed what look to be almost like traditional like caveman meat. You have almost the cylindrical bit of boar, which is presumably like a thigh, and then you've got a bit of what looks to be bone that's been jammed through it.
Oh,
But you
excellent.
can
That's
see that
me.
the bone has been like carefully used in such a way that it has almost a ring on the edge, which means that you pick up it's probably been capped by a metal spoke, rammed through, and the spokes removed, allowing for this kind of weird caveman hold and eat side to it, thus preventing any bone shards from getting inside of the meat itself.
I appreciate this. It makes me feel like a real Minotaur.
Okay. With the
Can I-
jar of honey.
yeah.
Oop.
Mhm.
I was going to say, with the jar of honey, as it's otherwise handed over, you do note that there are an array of different types of honey that you may choose from,
Okay.
based on what you're after. You have the choices of lavender, rose, tulip, and hold on, let's get the.
Get to my honey list up.
I actually need you to roll me a d6
Oh, okay.
just to see which one is still in stock.
Okay, so we have
Wrong way.
1.
1.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And Springbell honey.
Springbell. What is Springbell when it's at home?
Roll me a nature, or if you're proficient in herbalism tools, you may use survival instead.
I think I might be. Let me double check.
Or alternatively, if anybody here is proficient in Arcana, you may make an Arcana check instead of nature, but you have to be proficient.
I am.
I can check out that sandwich for you, or that meat.
I'd say, Kay,
have
you're
a-
probably the only person
I
who
know.
wouldn't know about this.
I
I-
know nothing, so I can't roll.
I have
Yeah.
a herbalism kit, but I if I have herbalism, I haven't put it in yet. So I'm going to say I don't have it. I'll go for a nature check instead.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a 19 plus 5. What's
Okay.
24.
Anyone can roll for nature?
Anyone can roll for nature if they want. Yeah, this will be to.
Sorry, that
kind of
one
pick up on
wasn't spinning
Springbell.
right.
That's fine.
6. I got a 6 on nature.
I got a 4. Hang on.
Okay, 6 on nature. You've never heard of Springbell. It doesn't seem to be something that you find in the higher mountains, it would seem. 16. You are very, very well known on what Springbell is. It is very much an alliance-grown plant for the most part. Vinny, what did you get?
9.
It's not as common near the seafronts, so you are not
That's-
aware of it. And Kat, given your apt knowledge, this was an Arcana check you made, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
You know its extended purpose as well. So for Damian, as you otherwise think, oh, you know Springbell. It grows quite abundantly near Paloon. They grow it near the bases of the plateau, and in combination with another herb that's grown known as verdant bloom, that is used in combination to make a medicine which can treat a wide variety of ailments. It is typically used as a catch-all for most people. Think of it like penicillin. It's mostly a catch-all for a lot of different things and is widely used within the Order of Abbots. For Kat, given your high roll, you know that Springbell is also refined by particular groups to make mana potions.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a protected plant and it's not rare either, but it is abundantly grown in orchards typically for like large fields where bees will then go, and it adds a unique flavour to the honey.
Well, what do you think, Kat? Which one of these honeys sounds best to you?
Just for the fun of it, I should go for the Springbell one.
All right. Springbell, please.
It might give you magical properties.
Right.
Who knows?
I doubt that highly.
It's got a very
So do I.
refreshing taste, as Springbell tends to do.
Now, what's everyone else having?
Can I get what he had, but in a sandwich, please?
Of course, that's doable. Portion size. I'll say 2 silver for the younger one. For smaller kids' portion. You looking for honey as well?
Yes, please.
Take your pick.
The same?
2 gold and 2 silver then, please. A jar of Springbell honey and some of the otherwise cooked boar. Damian, one other thing which you got 16, did you say?
Yes.
Okay. I'd also say that you know that Springbell is also used to purify water sources.
Ah.
It doesn't abundantly grow around them, but if it's otherwise planted near water sources, if the water source would otherwise be foul, it typically purifies it by the time it reaches its destination. It needs to be planted along long extensions of where the source goes. So, typically find it along river fronts and around lakes.
Ah.
Okay. What would everybody else be having?
What
you-
pies are available? Oh, sorry.
That's not the question I'm asking.
Pies wise, we've got various things. Steak and kidneys, one of the more popular ones. Steak and ale, thick gravy, solid steak. We've got chicken pies. We've got some ham and mushroom.
You got a ham, leek, and potato?
We do.
Ooh, that would
It's
be
mainly
nice.
just ham and potato, though.
No, that sounds good.
The Ma doesn't like leek, so we don't put it in.
Yes, I'd
And-
have one of those.
Chicken sounds excellent for me.
Excellent. The chicken pie can come in big or small. What would you want?
Oh, just a small one.
Right. That'll be that'll be a silver each then, please.
Silver each.
Awesome. Fittingly, I have to go real quick to get my actual real chicken.
Fitting.
But it'd be a nice pie.
You were going to say something, Harlan?
Amusing enough, the small one is like one of those little, what do you call them? Breakfast buffet mini muffin sizes. It's
Uh-huh.
just they're like, oh no,
Yeah.
no, that's tiny.
Okay. Who hasn't ordered? Kay and Lloyd. Lloyd, for context, now that I know that you're here, you are currently in a butcher's buying
Is this
lunch.
before we head to the thing?
Yes. You're in a
Okay.
butcher's getting food because it's past lunchtime and you're all hungry. Well, most of
Okay.
you are.
What? Yeah, and we're gonna head to the sewers afterwards.
You're heading to the
The
construction yard
builders.
afterwards.
And
To,
construction. Yeah.
yes, to roll initiative with some
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
some angry dwarves.
Great. We're at a butcher. What the fuck does a butcher have for food?
Meat.
Pie.
Cooked meat,
Meat,
pies. For reference on what people have had, Romulus and Cat bought boar. It was otherwise cooked boar. Romulus had the caveman style, so he had a bone otherwise that was jammed through it and kind of just eat it off the bone. Cat had it in a sandwich. Vinny had a chicken pie, and Damian had a ham and potato pie.
I'll have a chicken pie as well.
Okay, that'll be 1 silver then, please.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Kay unfortunately has no money.
All right then, starve. I'm
Wow.
joking, of course.
I can buy you something if you want. Just don't go crazy.
I want this. Points that thing in glass. Can't remember what it's called.
Dragonling.
It just looks
Mhm.
good.
How
Wait.
much is some of that?
You after cooked or uncooked?
Do you want to
Uncooked.
cook? Uncooked? Uncooked? Looking a bit uncertain.
Uncooked?
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Whole thing or part?
Part.
Uh,
Well, how much is the whole thing and how much is part?
Whole thing is 12 gold.
Okay.
If you're looking for a wing or a drumstick, they go for a gold each.
Get 2 drumsticks. Maybe you can use them as clubs. Who knows?
By the way,
As
these
a
aren't
carrot.
these aren't big. These are about the size of like what you'd get a small chicken.
Oh, fair. Well, either way, can I just get 2 drumsticks?
Right.
Marrakesh.
Okay. Then you pay over 2 gold, and Kay, you are handed 2 uncooked drumsticks of
Yes.
dragonling.
I will put those away for now.
Okay. Unwrapped, they go in a bag or in a side pouch. Who knows what else is in there at the moment? Probably the pastry crumbs, but oh well.
Okay. Just gonna step backwards. Not turn around, just walk backwards.
Okay.
Just
You
strange.
you back up from the rest. Okay. Anything else anyone would want?
I'm good.
Is there
No,
something
I'm good.
Somebody get something to wash it down with?
I smell
or-
food.
You want drinks?
I could probably do with a drink. I mean, walking around like the whole blooming town.
Oh, we're going into the sewer. It'll be fine.
The
Yeah,
sewer?
as a
Why?
knight, I've never been in the sewer.
Oh, you know how everything's terrible around here right now.
Yeah, bad for business.
We're going to hopefully do
Fix it.
something about that.
Oh, good.
Or maybe it will all die.
Well, if you come back, I'll give you a discount on your next purchase, if customers return.
Noted.
Food.
Not too much, mate. Only on one item.
More carefully noted.
If you want to be carrying a hog roast around town, you can. You can pay out. You can get a 50% discount on it. You got to
Look.
carry it around though.
It could quite
Look.
easily do that though.
I know he could. It's just a matter of what is he going to do with it. Like, are you going to cook it? It's just like, okay, where are you cooking it? How are you getting the equipment?
Probably some orphans around who would appreciate it.
He said one item. That means I can order a whole boar, right?
Yeah, if he has it.
Oh, sweet.
You got to carry it though. That's the main thing.
And pay for it.
And
Is
pay
that what
for
you
it.
mean?
And pay for it still. Yeah, like
Look, look. I will get money one
eventually.
way or another.
Damian quickly puts his hands on his coin.
On his coin purse. Yeah. Okay.
Little wary.
Well, if you're after drinks, he kind of looks behind him. We do some spring water.
That should be okay.
It's not amazing
Yeah.
stuff, but it's enough to wash it down. A few cups and some spring water.
Yeah, if I start choking on a bit of pastry, that should at least help me.
He otherwise kind of goes over to one part and gets what looks to be these kind of old, not bad quality, but like they've been hand carved by the looks of it, but not in a good way. Like probably has done it himself and kind of puts these cups on the top, and
Would
otherwise
you-
just pours water into them.
Would you be amenable to boiling the water for me to make tea?
I can.
Then one here as well, please.
Hmm.
Cat, do you want some tea?
I'd like some tea, please.
If you could bring the cups back, then that would be good.
Of course.
Left in the sewer.
Oh, I was.
If they
planning-
are, they're not that valuable. They're wooden
I
cups.
was
they're like-
planning on eating before we entered the sewer. based
Yeah, I'm
on
not
the
drinking
fact
tea
that
down there.
I think I might not finish.
Don't know. You could wash it down with some rat.
Mm.
Please, rat would be starter, then
That's on
board,
the side.
then the water and tea as a palate cleanser.
We do, rat.
Oh no!
good,
Oh
isn't it?
no! What did I say?
It's not.
Stop!
It's not bad, and it's abundant.
Mm, mm.
I'm just gonna go and stand in a corner.
I find spit roasted over an open fire adds a nice smoky flavor.
Smoky flavor is nice. I tend to use this, and he otherwise puts a jar of what looks to be some form of like mix of honey and spices on the countertop, and
looks
just goes, "Take the whole rat, skin it, dip it in this, and cook it in a just over a hot pot. You end up steaming it rather than smoking.
Ooh, moist. I like it.
Makes
And now banging my head on the wall.
When you skin it, where does that go?
Skin goes to the dog. Why?
Damn. I've required more handkerchiefs.
There's a taxidermist if you're looking for spare skin, though, or if you're looking to sell hide.
Potentially. Thank you.
Don't think
I will
he's
be- I-
open at the moment, though. Just with everything going on, not much business.
Another time then.
Here, taxidermist, have a taxidermied slime.
I think that'll work.
Oh no, Romulus was going to pick up some DIY parts.
Put down the sewer.
Gonna make my own. Oh no.
Yes. It's horrific.
Cat's crying into her sandwich.
It literally is. It's just like
Kay's
the
really
occasional
good.
sniffle between a mouthful of food.
Or didn't need salting. It's already being salted.
Kay's over
but yeah,
here wondering if
I
we can
have-
help him learn how to make boots.
I have black tea leaves, I have honey, and I have mint and lemongrass. So I suspect that should just about be enough for me to make nice enough tea.
Yeah, easy enough. You make some of that. It otherwise gets potted up, and everybody, instead of having spring water, will be having tea instead. So, for all of you who otherwise enjoy your meals and you enjoy the fresh water or tea in this case, the combination of the kind of the sweeter side of the tea with kind of the slightly drier nature to it doesn't necessarily go amazingly with the meat. But for each of you who do enjoy your meals, it is a very good and an intriguing taste for all of you. With Kay, obviously, you not eating yours at this current time. Okay.
All right.
Good tea. Thank you, Romulus.
Thank you for all your service.
Thank
I
you for the
will-
custom.
I will be leaving a tip because I'm a reasonable
Minotaur.
What's 10% of my food? 2.5. So about 2 silver.
2
No,
silver?
have 3 silver. 3 silver
Okay.
pieces.
You give him 3 silver, he's like, thank you kindly. Scoops it off. Height-wise, by the way, for those of you who aren't, who don't know what goatmen are, he's about as tall as Romulus, so he's almost 8 feet tall.
Fucking big, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking chunky.
Yeah.
Now Kay's wondering how he gets taller.
Never. Stilts or polymorph.
Yes.
Learn spell polymorph just to use it to make him taller.
Larger
Very
juice would be useful for that, actually. Even then, you wouldn't be as tall as Romulus, though.
Yeah, but larger dudes only last for a couple minutes.
Unless you have a potion of growth.
Polymorph lasts for an hour.
Potion of growth lasts for an hour.
Potion of growth.
However, you do not have as much access to alchemy this time round, and you do not have access to Ozbone, your cellar of 15 potions of growth.
Damn it, Ozbone. Where? Damn it, we lost both of them?
Yeah, you lost both your good merchants.
Damn it.
You used up the one from this campaign, so... Not entirely true. So, heading back out onto the street after enjoying your meal, he otherwise kind of nods goodbye to you lot, and otherwise goes back to preparing various meats and seemingly restocking bits and pieces, and heading out back wherever that may be. Heading back out onto the street, you continue your way to the construction yard.
Yep.
Sure thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't see why not.
Heading southward to the construction yard, you travel along the main road and you see outside of the main construction yard itself. So I quickly go to its description. Along the way, or as you go past on either side for general description. You see the large, otherwise storage yard, which Vinny and Kay you recognise as that is where you went originally, the trade depot and storage yard, where you can see it is now in full swing of individuals moving stuff around, but your shipment has otherwise gone in and left since then, as you are aware. Opposite this, you see what looks to be a rather large building, kind of a 2-story building, kind of a reinforced, almost fortified look to it, with all these metal sheet plates on the outside. What was the ping? Yep, that one. And you can see what looks to be a otherwise set of stairs going up to it and decorations around the exterior, while you can see hanging over the front is a sign reading the Bank of Iron.
Oh, great, another one of those.
Oh god, these fucking capitalists.
Yeah, it's just a fad. I can't imagine it'll catch on.
You said that last time.
I think they get
I'm sure
burnt
it'll
in the,
flourish.
no one wants to bank.
We all know the real villains here.
How you get voted off as the weakest link if you don't bank.
People at the top always skim a little bit off the top, you know. Nah, it's all right.
That's who the arch villain of this campaign is, boys. It's capitalism.
Welcome to capitalism.
So,
Money.
Go.
Food.
Yeah, the two correlate. Okay. Continuing further south, you eventually reach what looks to be, you can see what looks to be a large kind of, not large, a reasonably sized, what looks to be a mason's storage yard, where there are large slabs of cut stone, paving slabs, decorative bricks and blocks in various styles, crafted obelisks, and all manner of things in what looks to be a stonemason's. Immediately adjacent to that, you can see what looks to be a timber yard, where large cuts of different types of wood, of different colours, are otherwise put in and dealt with to be refined to a certain amount. And standing above all of it, you see what looks to be a large, otherwise closed door front to a massive building to its side, which you know, as it was marked, is the construction yard, where a lot of the materials are utilised and dished out by the various build teams. You can see off to the side, from the angle which you're coming, there is a way round that then leads in to what looks to be a archway that leads through a portion of the building into whatever the yard may be beyond. You can see there's a sign above it. I'll say those with good perception, so everybody except for Cat, see that it reads no unauthorized personnel.
Well, we should probably talk to someone.
Yeah. You see the front door to this large building is otherwise closed from the outside.
Are we simply after access to the sewers, or are we after the plants?
No, I think we're trying to get access to the sewers, in fairness. Plans would be convenient, but...
Plans and keys would help, certainly.
Maybe...
Bang, bang, bang.
I suggest we, I presumably will go up with Kay, and
Okay.
you hear the little bang, 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 and then
Okay.
you hear the bang, bang, bang.
Okay, starting with Kay first. As you go up the stairs, you reach the front door where you can see there is a sign hanging on the top of it, or hanging on the door itself, which says closed.
Bang, bang, bang.
Okay. You knock on the door. The rest of the party otherwise follows up, with Kay probably being the fastest in this instance, acting instinctively. As the rest of you arrive, you see the sign saying closed on the front door, which Kay has just banged on.
It says closed.
Give me a moment. I'm going to make a roll, and that will determine my next action.
Oh, no.
Okay, fine. Okay, unfortunately, it looks like it's closed.
It might still be in there. It might just be closed for business, you know, because
What time of day is it?
It's just past midday. So, probably looking about 1, maybe
Oh.
getting to about half 1.
Oh no, they're builders and they've gone on lunch. We could be here for days.
I can vouch for that.
They've probably got their own little personal viewing devices, and they're sort of looking for stuff.
Are there any windows higher up in the building, or is it like a one-story? What's the situation?
It is a multi-story building. You can see that, well, Looking at it, the size would suggest it's a multi-story building. Given the nature of how it otherwise looks, there looks to only be one set of windows from the ground floor. You'd have the ground floor where you're otherwise basically standing, or the level where everything is. But then you can see that there is a large set of windows that are about 2 stories up. And then it goes on a little bit further before it hits the roof, suggesting this is more of a warehouse setup that you'd be wandering into.
How high precisely would you say those windows are?
The windows that are adjacent to you are probably 3 foot off of the balcony that you're otherwise standing on from the stairs. From the ground itself, that would be below, probably about maybe 9 feet at most. Whereas the ones above being 2 and a little bit stories up, you're probably looking at around 15, 20 feet up at most.
Excellent. Damian,
Yes.
you're quite strong, aren't you?
Relatively.
Excellent. Pick up Cat and get on my shoulders.
what?
Okay. Doesn't think about it, just picks up Cat bodily.
Okay,
I'm curious. Can you?
No, not Cat.
How
K.
big
Sorry,
is-
K.
I'm
I was
gonna say.
gonna
I'm
say,
very
how
curious
big
to
is
see how that works.
I was like, what's going on here?
I was going to say that.
Damian's gonna lift a horse.
I'm
No.
sorry. It's
No.
the K names. I
No,
got confused.
no, that's fair. I was
Okay.
gonna say, like, you want to pick up Cat? This is a very high athletics check you're gonna need to make.
Oh crap. No. Pick up
Picking up
K and get on my
K.
shoulders. Kay, are you alright with being picked up so that you can look through the window and tell us what you see?
Meh.
Got it. Thank you. Right.
Okay, I guess I pick up K and put it on.
Okay, that's fine. K's fairly light. You otherwise pick up K almost like a toddler and put him on your shoulders.
Right. I'm going to pick up Damian using my phenomenal core strength and arm strength, and just everything strength, and proceed to get Damian on my shoulders. Preferably, I'm aiming at getting Damian to a point where they can stand up on my shoulders.
Okay.
This is the
I will
first time Kate rode 2 people at the same time before.
Okay. I will say I would like Romulus to make me an athletics check. Given your large build, this does count as grappling, therefore you have advantage on this. And
Excellent.
Damian, I would like you to make me an acrobatics check to maintain your balance.
This is gonna be fun.
I use Mage Hand to help him.
Roll me a d20 and add your
Oh,
intelligence
those are
modifier,
not good
Kat.
rolls.
Casually, continually
Yeah, 'cause I
rolling the dice
believe-
until he does it.
Yeah, okay, go ahead and roll me a mage hand check here, just be in touch.
What one?
Okay, come on,
Please
acrobatics
Oh,
check.
Christ.
Can I
Natural 20 for a total of 23 because of your -2.
Okay. So I got a 13 on the
Okay.
strength check, on the athletics, which is
Uh,
a bit sad.
Mm-hmm.
I can help him hold balance with my quarterstaff? Question mark.
That would have provided advantage to Damian. I don't think it's necessary,
okay.
given natural 20, but
Yeah.
still would have been useful in the situation. Okay, so Romulus, as you otherwise lift up Damian, he otherwise gets onto your shoulders, kind of clambers up, deftly otherwise holding on as best he can, as he otherwise kind of pulls himself up. It takes a little bit for you to otherwise stand up to the full strength, but Kay, where you're otherwise standing on top of his head, kind of clinging on as best you can just about see in as Damian maintains balance. Cat, your mage hand goes forward to kind of help brace Damian. And as you do, your hand kind of waits there for a moment. What school of magic is mage hand?
Oh,
Regret.
I am glad it's like a cantrip.
I wanna
and not
say
first level,
conjuration.
'cause I got exploded. I don't know.
Could be
it doesn't actually
conjuration.
say. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to.
I'll
Conjuration.
Mage
would make
hand.
the most
Mage hand
sense,
is
but
conjuration.
knowing
Conjuration.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, give me a mo. I need to go to here. Character stories. Here.
oh God, I forgot. Oh,
Hold on. No, I've gone to the wrong place. I'm trying to. Oh no, this is going terribly. Where is it? I don't remember where I put this. Oh, here it is. This is what I'm looking for. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
no, what happened to me?
As you go to brace Damian, you think, actually, no, it'd be a better idea to brace Kay. So you place your mage hand on his back, to which Kay immediately springs into the air as a rocketus sneeze catches him off guard. Go ahead and roll me a d20 or dexterity saving throw, please, Kay. To see if you can land back on Damian's shoulders.
Oh my god.
Dexterity
What?
saving throw? What is my thing for that? Okay.
Oh.
Oh
12.
no.
Why did it
12.
only spin around?
Sometimes it does that. You otherwise, in the immediate moment of feeling almost this strange push on your back, there's this immediate surge before your nose just gives way and you sneeze, kind of springing up like a few feet into the air before you kind of paddle in the air trying to get back onto Damian, as you otherwise kind of grab him around the neck and otherwise hook in place, kind of swinging about his neck. The stack sways to one side slightly, but everything seems to be okay.
If you could not take my head off my shoulders, that would be greatly appreciated.
I'm a small mouse. You cannot lose your head to me.
You okay up there, Kay?
Oh, he is a mouse.
I'm trying to work out what we're
Everybody
trying to
calls me a
achieve.
mouse, so I'm going with it now.
We become what we behold.
Behold. One campaign.
Behold!
Kay's
Okay.
just gonna climb on top of Damian and then just kind of like jump off him onto the window, since that'll just make it easier. And
Okay. Yeah,
no
that's fine.
hand.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Go ahead and roll me. Actually, I'll say as you otherwise jump onto the edge of like the ledge of the window, it's just wide enough that you'll be able to cling on. As you otherwise kind of hold onto the frame and look into the interior of this. Your noise suppression, I think, isn't working at the moment, Infernal.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
That's fine. Not to worry. You otherwise see that the interior of this main building, from this level, you can look in and down. It's a bit difficult given the light. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me a perception check. This will not be with disadvantage given the light level then.
Oh,
Ooh.
That is perception.
that was a sound of
Uh,
happiness.
21.
21. Looking in, you can see what looks to be several shelves and otherwise what look to be walkways and catwalks that otherwise are hanging from above, as well as various platforms that are in place around the interior of this massive warehouse-like space. You look around, and as you're otherwise kind of getting a look on the inside, you do see what looks to be a single individual currently wandering about with what looks to be almost like a clipboard, and is currently like noting things down. Just kind of going
There's
around
someone in
noting
there.
stuff.
There's someone in there.
There's someone in there.
Oh, okay. Gotta go bang on the door.
I will gently lower Damian to the ground before going to bang on the door.
Okay.
Oh, well,
You
Kay
gen-
has been abandoned at the window.
Kay, this is Kay's life now. Kay takes up the occupation
Oh, I
of
thought Kay
occupation of
like,
gargoyle.
was still on the shoulders.
No,
No.
I jumped
No,
onto
you
the
just left him
window.
from the
Okay,
window.
I will not put Damian down then.
It's fine. I can get down. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna backflip off the window.
Okay.
I'll attempt to catch Kay.
Okay.
I will attempt to dodge in the air.
Go ahead and make a contested dexterity check.
Ah, yes, this will go well for me.
Well, you never know. Dice are dice.
4.
Four.
To be precise,
Dexterity check.
that is a 6.
This will be dexterity
I-
check to dodge Romulus.
I also have a 6.
Okay. As the two, almost like a cartoon
Whatever.
villains, you look down as into like, okay, planning out your route, planning to land. As Romulus goes, "Here, I'll catch," and kind of sticks out his hands almost to try and like catch you in the air. Before you kind of squint and stare for a moment behind the lenses as you leap off with the intent of going over him and kind of grabbing his horns and swinging down rather than letting him catch you. As he backs up and attempts to catch you, you watch as Romulus's hoof otherwise slips on the back step I would like both of you to make me dexterity saving throws, please, for your landings.
Natural 1.
Okay.
20.
Okay. Taking a step back, Romulus,
Oh,
you
wait.
otherwise go, all right, I've got you. You step
Wait.
back and you immediately fall backwards
Oh,
as you
no.
begin to roll down the stairs. You take 2 points
What-
of bludgeoning damage.
All you hear is all I hear as I'm going back is, what you say? That you only meant well. Before I slam into the ground.
It just cuts off
I just
halfway.
hear. I just hear. Hello,
Ow.
darkness, my old friend.
Yeah. But to Kay, as you're otherwise kind of moving towards his general location, you see that he's falling backwards, and you see an opportunity. Instinctively, your body immediately kind of takes a particular stance. One of your legs is forward, one of them back. One hand is forward, and the other one is held up just beside you as you take on a surfer position as you ride Romulus down the stairs. Before dismounting at the bottom where Romulus now lies, his face very much ploughed into the ground outside of this construction
That
yard.
still counts as catching you.
My question has been answered.
Damian's face palms with a gauntlet.
All right. If that didn't get their attention, nothing else will.
Okay, and Kat, you rolled on the, or you knocked on the door?
I knocked on the door. In fact, Sychania's gonna knock on the door too.
Okay.
I don't know how that's gonna work.
Oh,
I
okay.
tend to break through the fucking door.
Okay.
It just blows the door off the hinges.
Using Sychania's strength in this instance, as you go to knock on the door, Sychania just bashes against the door, and you watch as the timber gives a bit with that roll, as it's this one loud slam as you otherwise knock on the door.
I think you might have got their
Well,
attention at last.
if we had
That
any
might have
chance
been a
of
little
being
bit too
friendly,
much.
I think if we had any chances of being friendly, they're gone.
It's okay.
Oh, look.
I can still try to smooth things over.
If they didn't hear that,
Yeah.
then I mean, they're clearly just ignoring us.
To which you hear the sound of a key entering the lock before it turns and the door is opened. Not to look at you, but as the door is opened, you see what looks to be a kind of simple dressed male human, what looks to be slightly receding, kind of dulled silver hair, kind of a thick widow's peak to it to a certain degree. His shoulders are broad and square, the frame of some form of construction worker, where he otherwise has a clipboard in one hand and a pencil, which he's just stuck behind his ear. As he pulls the door open and looks at the door, before he takes the sign off the front and kind of pushes it towards you. Can't you read? We're closed. Also, you damaged our flipping door. What's wrong with you?
I
He looks
didn't
back
damage
at the chaos behind.
What
What
I
are
had
you-
an accident.
What are you hooligans doing? We're closed. We're not for business. Fuck
We're
We're
off.
not
not
here for
here for
business.
business. We're here
Yes,
to
we're
talk
hoping
with-
to talk about some issues relating to the current medical situation.
Yeah, we're closed because of it. We're not dealing with anyone.
Yes, and we're trying to fix it. I'm saying this from the floor, and we're trying to fix it. So please, if you could listen to us for a brief moment.
Roll a persuasion check.
I like to imagine me being on the ground is providing just enough oddity that it actually helps make my case a little bit.
It's not disadvantaged by any means.
It's not good. My charisma is -1, so that is it's
Six.
persuasion, right?
Persuasion, yes.
That is a 6.
Okay. You otherwise
Ow.
say this from the floor as he looks around the rest of you. I don't particularly care what any of you are up to. Just he puts the sign back up and goes to close the door. Does anybody wish to intercept?
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
put
put my
gauntlet
hoof in the way.
Okay. I'd like both of you to make me dexterity checks, please. To put
Should
your
just shove Sychania in the gap.
Kay is gonna. If I can I try and slip through this gap that is made?
You are currently at the bottom of the stairs, lording over the fact that Romulus is
can
now
run
still on
fast.
the ground. I know you can, but in this instance it will be you're at the bottom of the steps before this happens.
I'm gonna get up whilst Cat K is on
Yeah.
me.
I'll say the two of you are beginning to rejoin the group at this point, given what's happening.
Hold on, I've got to take away the dexterity modifier, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, it's a 9.
Oh, I got 10.
10. Okay.
I have cheese. If you
Clip
want that for your
top.
sandwiches.
Okay. As he goes to close the door, he's going and putting it. Both of you put your feet in the way. For Damian, that's not such a big deal, but for Cat, it is. Cat, as your hoof gets trapped in the door, I'd like you to make the choice. Do you wish to support Damian, allowing this check to be a success and thus taking a point of damage, or do you wish to remove your hoof, and the check will fail overall, but you will not take a point of damage?
Well, I don't know it's going to hurt until it actually hurts. So I'm going to go with I'm supporting.
Okay. The check is overall a success between the two of you, as the door is otherwise closed and stopped by your hoof and your boot. As Cat, you take a single point of damage as it traps your hoof between Damian's plated boot and the door.
Ow, 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 ow.
You immediately pull back your hoof and kind of step to one side, but Damian's boot is firmly planted in there as he goes to close the door. Move your boot, please, sir.
I think you'll find that us being here will be in your benefit as well as everybody else's.
That's quite nice and very heroic of you, but I can't see how construction workers who can't do their job and aren't allowed to do stuff, and I've got a stock take to do so that I can go home to my kids before a lockdown's put in place. I'm gonna do my job. So please, sir,
We're
remove
trying
your
to do
boot.
ours.
We don't need more than a minute of your time. All we need is access to the sewers.
If the boss is awake, I'll get her down for you.
Thank
No,
you.
it's easier if you just come in. Most of you wait outside. Two of you come in, not you. Points at you, Cat. And otherwise looks around the rest. Two of you come in.
I'm gonna go in if that's okay.
No, I'm good out here. I don't want to trip again.
Your
I
arch nemesis.
like
Who
to
wants to
join.
join
Vinny and
you?
Damian can go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Vinny and Damian. The two of you otherwise go in, to which he otherwise goes, and he closes the door behind. Fine. Follow me.
Thank
Better
you.
not.
And
You better
sorry
not
about
take
the
long.
door.
It'll buff out. Okay. Being led inside, he is otherwise kind of murmuring and mumbling to himself as he's going, as he otherwise leads you up what looks to be kind of this kind of a sheet metal staircase almost, put in place that then joins the catwalks above that otherwise hang from the ceiling here. You can see lines of what looks to be timber and cut stone, some waiting to be refined, some perfectly refined into rather specific shapes. Various will look to be not art pieces, but garden pieces of like bird baths or fonts in some regard, bits that would be used for some form of fountain, all manner of bits and pieces that are in this builder's yard overall. You can see to one portion at the back as you otherwise pass it. You can see what look to be two dwarves and a human are currently sat there playing a card game as they're currently throwing it down. And one of them just kind of looks over and just kind of goes, "Hey, what's going on? We're not open for business, you know that. Boss said so." "I know. They want to talk to the boss about going into the sewers. Don't ask me why, and if they die down there, we're not letting them back out." "Fair enough." Goes back to playing his card game.
Yeah, honestly, fair.
The human otherwise leads you up to what looks to be almost a simple box that's embedded into a portion of the wall here. As he goes up and he just kind of knocks on the metal door. He goes, "Boss, we got guests. They're here to talk." He waits a moment. Knocks on the door louder. "Boss!" To which you watch as the door is otherwise opened. And you see, standing before you, what looks to be a otherwise deep grey-skinned dragonborn. No scales in sight. Tougher layered of skin layer on the outside and what looks to be a large, naturally grown and hanging down campulate fungi mushroom top in place of horns, with small red nodules on the cap itself, otherwise covering the majority of their head, neck, and slightly going over their eyes, which peer back in otherwise a pale white milky colour that stare back at you. She wears what looks to be a thick leathers and what looks to be a series of what looks to be hanging mesh orbs on necklaces, which are filled with dried pori, if you know what that is. Do either of you two know what pori is?
Don't believe so.
You know sometimes you'll get it around Christmas. It's like a dried smell stuff. It's like
Potpourri.
potpourri. Is it potpourri? When I looked it up, it was spelled like, how is that pronounced potpourri? Pourri.
That's the pourri bit.
Oh,
Potpourri.
it's got a bit before it. Oh, okay. Okay, so potpourri.
I know,
then.
right?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Okay, yeah. But yeah. But yes, it's basically dried stuff, and it gives off a large smell. You usually leave it in a bowl for 2 months and then throw it away. That's all it does.
Weird.
She otherwise looks at the two of you. Why? You know we're closed. I know, boss. I'm sorry I woke you, but they wanted to talk. They want to go into the sewers. Something about helping us business-wise, and yeah, turns around, just kind of goes down the stairs. It's like, you better be paying overtime for this. No.
Sorry for waking you up at such an unfortunate hour. It's like midday, right?
It is.
Look
Yeah,
up at the sun.
it is midday. There is no sunshine coming in from the outside, really.
They are builders. I don't know why we expected anything else. No offense, Jamie, but full offense, Jamie.
That's right. All taken. All taken.
So, what did you want exactly?
We were hoping to get access to the sewers. We think there might be a clue as to why the virus is being so resistant to any attempts to treat it down there.
Okay. She kind of just stands there blankly staring for a moment, almost lost in thought, before she kind of turns around and the door closes in your face. Not harshly, just gently pushed to.
Just like slow, almost painfully annoying.
Yeah,
Close.
just kind of turned around, walked back in, and just went to kind of close the door. Either a natural instinct or maybe okay, yeah, no, I'm done, and just kind of pushes the door, and it just slowly closes and closes again.
May I put one thing forward?
You're not there.
I know, out of character. She seems like a fun guy.
Hooray!
Well, that went well.
Well, obviously she's going to need some persuasion here, and I think there's a fairly simple way to get that one across.
Oh?
Well, I mean, if we can solve this quickly, then the Plague Knights won't continue to burn down and destroy what they've built, and they'll have trade again. So it helps everybody else, it helps themselves, and it helps us.
Yeah,
Win-win?
you would hope they wouldn't need extra persuading to
Well,
help
it's
us
looking
save a
that
couple
way.
lives, but it does seem like that's the angle that's going to get it to work for us, so...
The door opens back up. She steps out into the doorframe once again, just looks at the two of you momentarily, before kind of just hands you a sheet of paper to one of you two.
Okay. What's on here?
You see that it otherwise reads, hand to Desert for demolition of entrance to sewer. And you see that it has a signature at the bottom reading YILON drag snout, which is pronounced Elon.
YL
Or Yelon would be
YL
YILON. Yelon. Yelon
name
drag
Moth.
snout.
No.
Yelon drag snout. She hands you the piece of paper
And closes the door.
and closes the door.
Right. Let me read this one again here, Vinny. She wants to demolish the entrance to the sewers? That doesn't help us. We want to go in, we don't want to...
And that was to Desmond.
to Esmond. Hmm.
Well, they said the sewers were sealed, right?
Yeah.
I guess that means it's like fully bricked up. I was expecting they would give us maybe like a key to get through a door, but maybe it's complete. If it's completely sealed, then
Hmm. Guess we gotta find this person.
The door opens back up again, and she walks back out. If you want to get into the sewers, they're all welded shut. So
Okay, that's-
speak to Desmond about destroying one. She kind of pauses for a moment in the middle of thought. Let us know which one.
I'm assuming you might have objections if we say the one that's here.
I'll be sleeping.
Whilst they undo a welded shut entrance to the sewer. Okay. Fair enough.
okay. Where do we find Desmond?
You watch she pauses, turns around, doesn't close the door this time, and just kind
She's
of
learning.
goes over to what looks to be looking at the interior of her office. You see there's no desk. There is what looks to be a shelf which is cluttered with papers and a large bed. That is it.
The mushroom is evolving.
And you watch as she otherwise goes to the back of the room and what looks to be kind of takes out what looks to be kind of this small, almost brass object, goes out and immediately blows on it, to which you hear it is a whistle. It is a very high-pitched whistle, but you immediately hear the sound of immediately rushing feet as you hear clambering up the stairs behind you, where you watch as running up behind you as you both turn around and flank what looks to be a dog, some form of greyhound, as it rushes up the outside and just kind of sits there and starts panting as she leans down and pats it on the head.
Is this Desmond?
No. No.
The enemy used the attack. Good boy. It's super effective.
Oh no. And you watch as there's a moment before she goes, I don't know. And she kind of leans down and just goes, Desmond? To which the dog kind of turns its head to one side. She just stares at the dog.
Hold on, one moment. I'm going to kneel down to the dog as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna pet its head if it will let me.
Okay. Roll me an animal handling check.
Get a 1, 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 get a 1. I saw it there for a second.
There is a
kneel
1 in
down.
there.
You kneel down, you pet the dog. It kind of looks towards you. Just kind of going.
Okay, and then with the other hand that's not petting the dog, I'm going to point my ring towards it.
Okay. As you point the ring towards it, you consume a charge.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That's a good boy.
I'm a good boy.
Yes,
Kinda
you
just-
are. Yes, you are.
Just stands up and immediately kind of spins around.
I am a good boy. Thank you.
I am good boy. Yes. Master gives pets. She gives slow pets, but good pets. You looking for someone? Friend? Food? Place to go?
We're looking for Desmond. If
Oh.
you happen to know the person.
Yes. Desmond losing. Follow! He kind of rushes off down the stairs.
Right you are. Okay. I turn back to Elon. Thank you for your help. I think we can proceed on our own from here.
Damian's very, very
she
confused. What the hell's
smiles.
just happened?
You didn't hear any of that, by the way. You heard woofs in all of that. as
I'm very
as
confused.
Vinny was talking to a dog, and the dog just seemingly replied and then ran off. Yilon just stands there, smiles. Okay. Just closes the door and disappears.
Okay, Elon's too done for Vinny's shit. Right, I stand back up, smile over to Damian. Shall we?
I guess. What was going on? Are we following a dog? Are we? What?
Yeah, well, our good friend Elon seems pretty tired. The dog's more energetic.
Oh.
So I figured I'd ask him for help instead.
Oh. Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. I'll just follow.
Okay, I'd like both of you to make me athletics checks, please.
Okay.
I get to roll for the Greyhound. Not bad.
Oh no.
That's a 5.
That's an 11.
Okay. As you are both running, whoever this Greyhound is meant for running, and being called a good boy does not stop. Runs towards wherever Desmond is, and you otherwise both lose sight of the dog, as it otherwise runs down the stairs, takes an immediate right, and just runs in a straight line. As you otherwise get to the shelves, you don't know if it took any turns, but you can see straight ahead what looks to be a double doorway which is currently open to the courtyard beyond.
I guess it went that way. That was a very
Let's
quick
try for
dog.
here first, yeah.
Okay. The two of you otherwise head out into the courtyard, where you can see currently sat there beside what looks to be a group of what looks to be 3 dwarves and a dragonborn and a human are currently sat there playing various dice games with what looks to be kind of wooden cups, putting dice in and rolling them, liar's dice to those who are more familiar. Before proceeding to kind of, you see one of the dwarven figures kind of kneels down or leans down, otherwise kind of ruffles the dog's head, or kind of looking back. And the dog turns to you, and where you only hear a woof, Damian, Vinny, you otherwise hear, "Here's Desmond. Desmond friend. Desmond losing. Still."
Wait, sorry. The dog understands poker? Or liar's dice?
Liar's dice.
Now, you're going to have to explain this one to me, because my understanding of liar's dice is that it's similar to Perudo,
Yes, it
which
is.
means that the dog is able to tell how many dice are under each of the cups,
Well, yeah.
which feasibly means that it's the only reasonable sense it could use is smell, unless it's hearing which side up they're on.
Who knows?
I'm very confused.
Either way. Vinny
I
and
could probably
Damian.
do it.
Yeah, probably. How do you wish to
Google
cheat
says
at
that
liar's
dogs can
dice?
count to 5.
That's good enough. 5 dice in each cup. So long as he hasn't got 5, he's losing. Alright. So,
Christ.
the dog's currently just sat there, waiting.
Right, I'll kneel down to him again. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
They call me Ken. Short for Kennel.
Well, that's a very fine name indeed. Okay, I'm going to be patting the dog through the whole conversation.
Okay.
Right,
Got
let's
Damian
see,
just
are
looking
you
past.
Desmond?
Yeah. What? You two you two aren't new hires, are you? Why are we hiring at a time like this?
Not unless I've gravely misunderstood the situation.
Okay. And you're not authorities? Because otherwise you wouldn't be here for
No.
me.
Although the Plague Knights did ask us to come here. We have something here for you.
Right.
Damian hands over the note.
Okay. He takes the note. Well, I guess I'm earning my keep today, lads. Sorry. He kind of just, he slams his cup down the rest. I'm like, what do you mean you're in your keep? You getting paid? He's like, yep, I get to blow up a sewer gate. Oh, why can't we be paid? You hiring other people. You need help. You know, putting up a fence, maybe painting something. I don't know.
Build me boots.
When we have
I've
done
got
what we
cement.
need, you'll have trade aplenty.
All right.
Okay. I know
Okay.
I'm not there.
You're not there.
Now
Don't say
I'm
anything then.
No, I'm just saying I'm desperately trying to think of how we can find work for these guys.
It's fine.
I'll break their door.
Ah,
appreciate that.
clever.
Not sure the business will be paying them for that though.
I
Then
think
break
the
somebody
point
else's
was
door.
that- I think the point was that once the disease is gone, they'll be able to work again.
Yeah, and they'll be able to rebuild all the buildings that
They've been
Plague
lost.
Knights have destroyed.
Hopefully.
They'll be able
Maybe
to
they
make
won't,
a brand new distillery, which will actually work this time and not be closed.
Well, I'll get my things and I'll get ready for blowing something up. You got a target in mind? I imagine Boss didn't want the one in here blown up.
She said she'd be sleeping.
Yeah,
That'll be a no then. You don't want to wake her forcefully. She's not nicest sometimes. You probably caught her in one of her good moods. If you managed to wake her up and not... Well, yeah. He looks at the sky. Yeah, you probably woke her up.
Hang on.
Okay.
You've got knowledge of where the entrances are, right?
Yes, they're all the blue dots.
They're the blue dots.
Actually, Kay and Lloyd are the only ones that know.
That's true.
Oh, yes,
because
that's true.
That
So, yeah, you
information
wouldn't
hasn't been
know.
shared
No,
yet, so
that's
we're going
true.
to have to take
Mm.
him outside to meet the others.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't suppose you happen to have access to a map of the sewer system, do you?
Nah, when we sealed it up about a year and a half ago, we were told that we're not going to need it again, so we burned it on the bonfire.
Is the bonfire
Yeah,
still there?
that tracks.
I mean, the bonfire's been used several times since then. I doubt you'll find anything.
Sort of
Mm.
smiles as he realizes that the construction worker has not understood the sarcasm.
Yeah, no.
No one ever understands your humor.
Okay, well, I guess we'll have to wing it in that case.
All right, well,
I guess you can come out with us for the time being. I
sure,
think
sure thing.
some of our companions might have an idea of some other locations of entrances. If I guess we want to be a reasonable distance away from the construction yard, so we don't work up Yelon.
So long as we're not in the immediate vicinity, I don't think it'll wake her up. She's a pretty hard sleeper.
Well, I
She
don't
slept through
think
an
so.
attack once. That was fun.
Okay. I guess we'll head back towards the door.
Okay.
Yeah, let's head back out.
Apologies for the slight damage to the door that you may notice as you go for it.
You broke our door?
Our companions made the wood crack a little.
Yeah, it's
How bad
fine.
it is.
It's
They're
fine.
incredibly enthusiastic people.
Yes.
I think you can imagine given the circumstances.
Yeah, I can guess that. Yeah, don't worry about it. That door's been set on fire at least 3 times. It's still there. Most of this building's been on fire, actually.
Was that the use as part of the bonfire?
No, there was an attack at one point. They threw flaming torches over. Building was on fire. That's why we've now fireproofed the boss's room in case she sleeps through it again.
When you say they threw torches over, you mean the other builders, right?
No, bandits and stuff.
Ah, I see.
Ones who have attacked different people who've otherwise come and gone, tried vandalism, arson, various things. Flamekeepers always get them. They always do. They're all good. Plague Knights less so, but, you know, nothing we can do about them. I mean, they're burning down buildings. Means work later on, potentially,
recently,
but...
whilst this has been ongoing.
No, not recently. It was about 4 years ago.
So before the new town was built, so yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, before we had palisades up.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was about to say the flamekeepers haven't been doing a good job of the bandits getting into town.
No. Flamekeepers have been around for a while, but no, palisades haven't always been up. I mean, should you know? I mean, they torched all the way from here all the way to, what's the one north of here? The Duncleth? The Stone Town?
Yes.
Yeah, they said the entirety, well, not the entirety, they set a large, stream of fire all the way through the Levato Hills to Duncleth. That's what destroyed the old traders.
Scrolling up. This is new information to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was about 7 years ago, so this would have been just after the incident in Paloon, so...
Gotcha.
So you would have been recovering at that time.
Yeah.
What area was this? Was this south or east of here?
Northeast, through the Levato Hills.
Ah,
Bandits themselves were later killed, but didn't know exactly what their meaning was or their role. It was a while ago. Anyway, as you otherwise reach the outside, he kind of looks at the door. Huh. Whoever did this good work, I'm going to assume it was the Minotaur.
You'll be surprised.
Points to cat.
did the dog come with us?
Huh. What do you mean the door come with you?
The dog.
Oh, the dog. Sorry. No, you otherwise pat the dog on the head and the dog kind of stays where it's meant to be. It otherwise kind of waits at the otherwise waits at the table.
Pull the boss's door off and just take it with us and throw it around.
I heard door and I was like, hey, take the door.
I
with
also
you?
heard door, and I wish that was me.
Anytime we enter a building, we just rip the door off its hinges. And take it with us.
Everybody points
We
at Cat.
when we leave.
Yeah, everybody points at Cat and it's like, huh.
How?
Just walks over. You must be the leader of the group then?
No. I don't think we have a leader.
I'm just going to bend down and whisper into Cat's ear. You have been nominated for today to be the leader of the group. Just roll with it.
Okay. Yes, my subordinates have decided that we are going to go to the sewer. No, I can't do this. We need to go into the sewers, but preferably one that's got a slow decline, because ladders and me do not work.
That's an interesting point, yeah. And, well, you're not going to fit through the sewer grates traditionally. Thanks, that's why I'm here, I guess. Pointing at Romulus, you wouldn't fit through, but I'm going to be blowing one up for you, so, yeah. Although, if you're looking for a slow decline, there isn't going to be any of that. Do you know where they are? Again,
Yes,
we
I do.
still... You do?
I do.
Alright,
excellent.
you got a map?
I don't. Did we get a map?
Nope.
Did we take the map
Nope.
from? Please? Okay.
Nope, it's in the back with the head of it.
No.
Did I get a map of where the holes are, or did
You
just tell me where
you
they
know
are?
roughly where they are, and these blue dots are the rough approximations of where they are.
Oh, so you didn't give me a map yet.
No, he just told you where they were.
Okay.
We might want just a bit of advice if you know where they are. Perhaps a little distance from the construction yard. I think if we wake up the boss, she might be a bit pissed.
If you're looking for the
Okay.
most gradual, I mean, the best I could really say is probably somewhere in the city start. Granted, I'm not gonna want to go in there unless I can get back out. But given you said you were sent by the Plague Knights, if you can give me safe passage in and out, and I'm all for blowing up something.
Will we?
All right. I want to go to this one.
Oh.
I've seen both map. I've seen both things for where these are. I want to go to that one. That one looks promising.
bloody Elia and her mother. I'm gonna get.
Oh god, yeah. I'm just gonna go blow the sewer up right next to them.
Yeah. She wants to get out of bed now. No matter how bad her illness is.
Jeez.
Yeah, there are always other options, so it's up to you if you want to blow up that one or if there are other ones that you want to choose.
I mean, I don't know any of the sewers.
Yeah, we
I
don't
should
know
go
where
with.
they are. We just sort
But
of...
did they mention any that were slight declines or not just ladders? Like anything that's not ladders. I cannot do ladders.
I don't think there are ladders.
Didn't you say you, Desmond, you printed them up ages ago? Do you know if...
Yeah. But not me. I'm not one for welding. I'm one for blowing stuff up.
Ah.
I'm the
like
demolitions
this
guy
way.
when we remove the old walls and stuff.
Oh, okay. I understand.
I do build as well, don't get me wrong. It's just my speciality is tearing down.
Ooh.
What's the nearest one to here?
Besides the construction.
Looks at the
Beside-
two that went.
From where you are, there were 3 within roughly same distance of one another.
Okay, which
Where
is
you
near
going
the entrance? Was it or town start, city start? whatever?
Town start is this large section here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I want to go to
Oh.
that.
Why don't we go to this one? What's closer?
Because there's more stuff around this one of things that have happened.
Okay.
Therefore, it's
Um,
more likely there's weird shit happening.
Is there a Plague Knight still kind of with our party, or did they just bugger off while we've just been... at construction?
They know your general appearance. Like the note has been passed around that effectively there's a number of them that are patrolling that know you, and so it's just a matter of wait until one of them comes up and sees you standing idly by.
Oh, okay. So I was just thinking probably a good idea to sort of motion to one and let them know what we're about to do. It might be a good idea to...
Okay. So you otherwise
look doors around.
Buddy.
I'll say you trot off to go and find a plague knight to flag down.
Buddy.
So, any idea where you want to head, or are you still thinking about it?
Let's head in the direction of. Yeah, let's just go west, I guess, and
Sure.
see what we can find.
Sure. When we find them, I'll blow one up. Should be fine. He kind of stops and thinks, looking at his pack. Placement might be key. It's got to be in the open. If there are any buildings around, it might go poorly. Not saying it'll blow stuff up and set buildings on fire, but there's always a chance if the wind's going in the wrong direction or something goes wrong.
I think the most open one is in the middle of town.
You mean on the thoroughfare? That one is. That one's also bricked up though. So if you want that one fully off, I'm gonna need to take the cover off, and I'm gonna need to blow up the masonry underneath.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna need to get more supplies if you want that one. More damage. Awesome. Actually, no. Probably
the
best
other
not.
one-
Probably not best to do that one then. Actually, because that's still the main way through town.
The closest other one would be the west one.
I mean, maybe.
There's some buildings there.
I live on site. I'm not able to go back into the city start for a bit, so haven't really been doing much. Haven't been to home in a while.
Okay, well, shall we just head west and
Let's
see what
just
we find?
go.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
put
Like
along that route
down
and
the
see
night?
if
Okay, so which one are you heading to?
Good.
Oh, so you flag down a night and begin heading in that direction? Which one are you heading to?
I'm
this one
still
first.
You
saying
want that
this
one. And I mean, Kay knows where the places are, so I guess we're following Kay's advice.
Okay.
Yeah, fine by me then.
Okay. Heading through the streets, and otherwise traveling through the somewhat open areas in certain areas, kind of seeing the buildings on either side. Through the city start, the Plague Knight otherwise guides you through. You can see there are a few patrols here or there. I would like Kay, go ahead and roll me a survival or investigation check of your choice. And I will say, Lloyd, if you wish to assist him, you can either roll a survival or perception check.
survival or investigation.
Yeah.
My choice.
I can roll perception, you said?
You can choose to roll perception because you're not necessarily leading the charge on where to go and trying to find it. You're just trying to get the area correct. So
I'll roll
your assistance
perception,
here
but I
is
got
different.
DC. Give me a
Yeah, perception or survival.
perception.
Yeah. So the instance here is you're assisting but not getting to the same effect. You're just trying to make sure that Kay doesn't go off track.
Actually, survival is also.
I don't think I will.
I know, but you know,
If survival is better,
yeah, it'd be good for him to roll
Survival better?
still.
yeah.
But it doesn't
I'm
matter.
doing
The DC for
investigation,
each
by the
one's
way.
different, so it's up to you.
I'm doing investigation, by the way.
You do investigation. Okay. You're right there, Infernal?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got DC. Give me a sec.
Ah, okay.
So, which one would give better effect, survival or?
They have different DCs, and they'll have
Okay.
different results depending on what DC you meet. So it's down to you which one you wish to use. Which one are you using
Go
here?
I'll go with survival.
Okay. Okay.
17.
Following your
21.
instincts and heading in the direction that you both know. Lloyd otherwise makes sure that you don't veer off track, making sure that you're heading to the one that you want to get to. Whereas Kay, well, you're kind of getting to that general direction. You kind of stop, scout the area around, and you find what looks to be kind of a metal grid on the floor, which is otherwise kind of a thick mesh to most part, where water can otherwise seep through, but people can walk over it without worrying about falling into it at all. You can see the stonework and masonry around it is heavy, and there are large welded sections around the hinges, the lock, and actually shutting the frame in place.
Right. How close to the nearest buildings?
Probably about 10 feet.
Oh, it's quite close.
This is quite a tight neighbourhood compared to where this one would otherwise be.
Okay, I sort of quickly turn to the plague knight who's escorted us and say, there might be a chance of some collateral damage opening the sewer entrance. I'm not sure, as it's a quarantine, what you can necessarily do, but it would be helpful if the local inhabitants were a bit safer.
We're not going to be able to relocate people if that's what you're asking.
Could you knock on their doors and let them know to maybe move as far away in their properties as they can?
We can.
If that's possible?
That's doable. We can do that, yeah.
Would you like some of us to sort of help? You know, sort of go to near.
If you want to. I mean, we can take care of it. Just let us know if you want us to go to the nearby houses, we'll do that, and then you get yourself set up to go in.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Thank you.
Alright. Okay. He goes about going around each of the houses, otherwise gathering a few other plague knights who are moving around, and otherwise kind of goes around each of the doors, kind of letting them know what's going on, that you're planning to blow up a sewer entrance. As you otherwise go about this, not necessarily secretly at all. You watch as Desmond otherwise goes in, reaches into his pack, and pulls out what looks to be these jars filled with a red liquid, with a cap on the top. And you watch as he begins to pour it around the edges of the masonry work and the metal grate. And you just watch as it begins to dry.
What does it smell like?
It smells, I'd say, to you, light. It's a slightly eggy, but
Eggy?
otherwise almost like ash to a certain degree.
Not wildfire, I'm happy.
Interesting.
No, it's not wildfire. Wildfire's green.
Whole of the city start just gets obliterated.
It gets worse and worse.
Destroyed out of existence.
Ah.
I think we opened a sewer.
Yay!
Minor collateral damage.
Yeah, just minor. Can we put it out? No.
One way to get rid of the virus, I guess, or disease.
Burn everything.
Burn it.
Fire!
Elmo fire meme right there.
Just a picture.
So, you watch as Desmo otherwise kind of goes, alright everybody, back up a bit. Or a lot, dependent. Who's got good aim? Kind of tossing a few small rocks in the air.
Wow.
I
I'll
can do
give
that.
it a go.
I can do that.
All right.
I can give it a go.
Passes a rock to Kay, Vinny, and Romulus, giving you the three that spoke up. I would like each of you
I
to
do
make.
not have good aim.
No, I would like each of you to make me attack rolls with your dexterity modifier, please.
Are we
Yeah.
proficient with rock throwing?
If you are not proficient, if you do not have Tavern Brawler or proficient in improvised weapons, then no. I think.
I don't think I do.
No, I don't think any of you are. Oh man, are you
Alright.
using inspiration now?
Huh?
Were you using inspiration?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be using inspiration. I forgot to say it before I started rolling, so I stopped.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just keep rolling. Yeah, I saw it begin to roll off of the 4, and I was like, yeah, okay.
If none of them succeed, like
dirty
all
20.
three rocks miss, I'll
Okay.
use Homing Blade and see if that works.
No, it's fine. You watch as Kay, you yeet your rock, entirely underestimating how light it actually is, as it just courses over the top of the area and just kind of bounces and off of the other side.
This
Before-
is different than a dagger.
Vinny, what did you get?
10.
10. You meet the DC of the floor. As do you, Romulus, with your much higher roll. As the two of you throw your rocks, each of them hit the floor just before it. There's kind of this light pause as you're like, huh, nothing happened. Before this crack and explosion occurs, you watch as rock and bits of metal just fly everywhere. I would like everyone to go ahead and roll me a d6, please.
Oh no.
A D6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not a fan.
Oh god.
That's okay.
Oh no.
1.
I just saw cats.
3 for me.
D6, you said.
D6, yes, a d6.
1 for me as well.
Okay.
Hopefully this is damage taken. I'd appreciate
Yeah. 3.
Okay. How many people rolled 1? It was Kat and Vinny.
that. Yeah.
I would like both of you to make me dexterity saving throws, please, as small chunks of rock and metal are currently flying towards you from this explosion.
Dexterity saves. Oh, okay,
That's a
13.
19.
19. Okay. And Kat?
13.
13. The two of you pass as small bits of rock and metal go shooting past. The rest of you are otherwise not necessarily backed up enough, but just in the not area where this collateral went on. As you watch as the nearby buildings are peppered with bits of stone and shards of metal, shattering some windows, puncturing doors, hitting nearby buildings, leaving some significant damage to a certain degree. As the explosion otherwise lingers and the dust settles, you see this cavity in the middle of the causeway. Before you hear it worked, and you see a small shard of metal sticking out of Desmond's forehead, to which he then begins to almost tilt back and just falls onto his ass and goes, "Oh, that didn't feel good." He pulls the metal shard out of his forehead.
Oh, that's
I need to see how Kay's medicine works. I am inspecting this wound.
Roll me a medicine check.
Yeah, let's go, Kay. Be the doctor you were always meant to be. What is my medicine?
He doesn't know, just doing it anyway.
I got an 11.
11. He's injured, bro. Like, he's good. He had a shard of metal sticking out of his forehead. It's bleeding. Doesn't look hurt. He's gonna be fine. Like,
I'm going to
he'll be
take one
fine.
of my larger rat flannel handkerchiefs and tie it around his head as an impromptu bandage.
I have actual bandages if you
Go-
want.
Don't worry,
You-
cat.
you-
I've got this.
Okay,
Well,
as Kat reaches into her saddle bag to get a bandage, Romulus pulls out this rat handkerchief and ties it around his forehead, tying the snout and tail together behind the dwarf's head, as the rubbery tail just kind of stretches a bit, as he just goes, "Thanks, I'll take it. Well, you got the hole. Go on.
Yeah, you should go and get that checked out.
I'll be fine. I'll call hazard pay."
I pat him on the back. You're gonna die, bro.
That's not true. Well, I'm actually.
Roll me a deception check, please, Kay.
You will eventually die.
I want a deception check from Kay.
Deception.
And I'm attempting to persuade him, but in the worst possible way of like, don't worry, you won't die. Well, you will die
Go a-
slowly,
Go
like
ahead.
everyone.
17.
17. Oh, man. Okay.
I don't
Please.
actually know if I'm trying to make him feel better, but I'm just trying to make it very clear that he will die one
Eventually.
day, probably not from this.
Okay.
Oh,
Might not
Okay.
work.
I
You-
win.
Okay,
that's a 4.
you go to persuade him. He seems more drawn at the fact that Kay just turns around and says, "You're gonna die." And he just looks up at Kay with like a shock in his eyes and goes, "Is it that bad?"
No way. Don't listen to the tiny one.
Plague Knights, do you mind taking me to the hospice? I want to make sure that I get this checked over. One of the Plague Knights just looks at your group and just goes, "It's not that bad. We'll take you there if you want, but otherwise we'll escort you out. Just have a sit down and maybe get yourself something to drink."
Damian, can you do? You do paladin-y things, right?
What do you mean, Romulus? What do you want me to do?
Can you assure this man he's not going to die immediately? Of the little shard in his forehead that is removed.
I don't believe that our little friend here has the it's the best authority on medicine, so I think he may have been pulling your leg.
Well, either way, if I'm gonna die, I'd much prefer it be in my own home with a drink in my hand and I can claim some hazard pay.
Alright, go claim the hazard pay.
I'll go get my hazard pay, and this was fun.
Enjoy your alcohol.
Yeah, we'll rebuild this later and all good stuff. All right, take good care of yourselves and bring the business back soon, I guess.
We'll do our best.
I'm
Thank
gonna go
you
and
for
look
your
down the
time.
hole.
Okay, you look down the hole and you can see that
I
where
pushed
the
Cat down
lights.
the-
You push.
No. I'm gonna do the thing of like lightly pushing and grab back.
Oh, save your life. Oh no. Okay, make me an athletics check. Cat, roll
You
me.
suck as a guardian, you know.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Actually,
fuck off.
I'll say your
No.
choice of performance or intimidation here, Romulus, followed by a wisdom saving throw from Cat.
I would I'm gonna go for intimidation because I can use strength in my intimidation. That feels appropriate. Okay, so
no.
that's you said athletics, right?
Uh-huh.
No, intimidation.
Intimidation,
So that is using my strength score. I am proficient, so that does in fact equal again +6. So 12.
12 versus
3.
3.
You just creeped up on the back of a centaur.
You creeped up to behind Cat and kind of immediately placed your hands on her shoulders, pushing her forward before holding her back. Cat, you freak out at this.
I'd like Kay to walk up to the edge of this hole and kind of like look at Cat and do the little salute thing and do the walk off the edge thing into the hole. I'm going in the hole.
What is this?
Okay. Looking into the hole, from those who are looking, you can see that the hole itself is probably about 15 feet wide in total, like, diameter. Blew a big hole in the stonework here. It tapers in a little bit with a slight slope before dropping into the sheer drop for the rest of it. You can see that there was the top of a ladder embedded in the wall, which has since been, pried off of its hinges, and the top of it is bent and broken. The bottom part of it's fine. But, it's just the bottom part of it.
Cat, I'm really sorry. There's actually a ladder down.
And you...
Points.
Yeah, the drop's about, 8 to 10 feet at this point, just to drop down into the rest of it. And you can immediately see kind of a walkway and stonework below.
Well, Kay's already going in.
It's not a deep drop then.
It's not a deep drop, no. It's a bit sloped, and then it goes in because the hole that detonated carved a good 6 feet out of the road. So instead of it being about a 14, 15 foot drop going down a ladder, it's now just an 8 to 10 because it carved a big crater out of the walkway.
Okay.
For those who
Alright.
don't know, this is a fluid which actually exists in the real world, and it can be made and is extremely dangerous. You can make it in secondary school. Don't ask me how I know how.
See, I knew you were looking up something.
I'm on several watch lists at this point for the various stuff I research for D&D.
Okay, so I'm
Does Sheldon Cooper live here?
I'm gonna go down because it's not like anyone can catch me. If they do, they'd end up dead probably.
Okay. I'll say
Romulus could catch you.
It'd be interesting to see actually.
Okay. Well,
Do it.
Kay, first of all, you're the first to land. As you kind of immediately walk up to the edge, do the salute, take a step off the back. Everyone kind of immediately rushes over to make sure you're safe as you just land on the ground below. And you immediately kind of survey the surroundings, sniffing the air. There's mostly the smell of what would be kind of a dried muckiness to this place. This used to be a sewer about 8 years ago. Since then, it's filled with rainwater and then dried off, filled with rainwater, dried off, several times over. The smell isn't pleasant, but it's not bad. For your nose, it's pretty bad, but you're also wearing a mask, so it evens out.
But then again, bad things smell good.
This
So-
is also true. So for you, this is quite a decent smell. It's not that bad and it's okay. And it works. There is a sense of freshness to it, but it's not welcome freshness.
I'm just gonna move off to the side so other people can get in.
Okay. You move off to one side and you kind of, as you step over, you can see there's like a small rim around the walkway which you're currently on, where it seems to head in 2 different directions. You can see one direction otherwise leads towards what looks to be almost a basin and a corner where it turns off, and you can see more walkways around the area. And looking off of the edge, you can look down and you can see what looks to be kind of this deeper green water which seems to become stagnant and stuck. You can also see a variety of different fungi and various plants that are growing down here, none of which look pleasant. To you, they don't look too bad, but for anybody else who'd be climbing down here, they look pretty nasty.
I'm gonna find a good one while I'm waiting.
Are you going to climb down into the water?
Oh, it's actually in the water?
It's at the water level, yeah. So you'd need to otherwise go off the edge and go down to where you've kind of got dried sediment and then the water level where it's stagnant.
I'll wait for other people to get here first.
Okay, who's going down next?
Well,
Sorry, go on.
well, I didn't throw Cat down there, so I'll go now before she kicks me.
Okay. You hop down in, dropping the distance. You land perfectly fine. Distance is okay for you. For most of you, it will be okay. I don't think anyone here will suffer issues from this, except for maybe Cat.
And the bigger question is, how the hell am I going to get out of there?
Yeah, oh, they can throw you. If you ask nicely, Desmond might get a crane in.
We didn't establish an escape route.
You'll have to toss me.
You're gonna have to toss me.
In fairness, I'd like to see someone try. How heavy do I weigh? 646 pounds.
Oh, I could carry you.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Well, I'm not going down yet.
Okay.
I'm circling the hole.
Okay. Who's third and fourth and fifth before Cat then?
I guess I'll go third as I'm a knight.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You two then drop down. You otherwise drop down into the area below, seeing the same view, with the exception of Damian and Romulus, where you're caught in the spotlight. You look out, and you can't see much. The darkness otherwise cutting off your vision.
Rip.
So there's less you can see. The spotlight from the sun above you can see from the hole, but once you leave this area, you're not going to be able to see anything currently. Lloyd, you go down. Infernal.
He's deafened.
He's
Yeah.
deafened. Oh, he must
He's
have a
deafened.
phone call then. Okay, so he'll drop down.
And then
Okay.
cat.
And then Cat. Okay, Cat, go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw with advantage if Romulus is going to try and catch you.
I will try.
Okay, go ahead and roll me
Alright.
dexterity saving throw. Easy enough. You drop
Okay.
down, and with the safe catch of Romulus, you are otherwise brought to your hooves once again, a little bit shaking, and the smell immediately hits you. It is not nice down here.
I can catch the goddamn Centaur, but I can't catch a fucking rattling.
I'm bigger. Oh, it stinks. Glimmer.
This
Okay.
isn't so bad.
Your horn lights up and immediately irradiates the area around, kind of branching off with light. To that immediate instance, okay, Infernal. Infernal's still deafened, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I can't see at the moment, unfortunately. Okay,
He is still
Lloyd.
deafened.
Okay, Lloyd is the only one who sees it, and he otherwise mentions it as he otherwise goes. I just saw some rats, if that matters.
What direction?
He points off towards, with the light now illuminating the area, you can see what looks to be a crossroads or a cross section here, where it otherwise goes off in different directions. And you can see the section before you, or the area where it otherwise leads up to. He otherwise points to that particular section of the crossroad. They were going around the corner.
Follow the rats.
Oh, you would say that.
Were they running away from us or potentially something else? I don't know if you'd know that.
He shrugs.
Okay. Worth a shot.
Welcome back, Infernal. He deafened again.
Follow the
And
rat.
he's deafened again. Alright, well, off we go.
Well, depending on what we're looking for, we might want to head to the areas where there isn't stuff living.
So the opposite direction to where Lloyd just saw the rats.
So, go
I should
in the
ask-
opposite direction?
In which direction does the air smell foulest?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
I would like to know which way, if I can find a way that smells
Oh, hang on, that's two.
kind of like the slime thingies.
That smell like the slime thingies. Go ahead and roll me a perception
Yeah,
check.
they have like an acidic.
Yeah, well, I'll say also with disadvantage, given the nature of where you are.
I am not smelling.
That will be a 4.
Okay.
I got 12.
Okay. 4, it's all horrible, it all smells like that. There's no direction which it's coming from, it's just stagnant in here. It's been sealed up, and there's been very little airflow down here. It is nasty, but not too bad. You've never been in a sewer personally, but you have smelled worse.
Personally, I've smelt worse, personally.
Not as in character-wise, but
oh,
you-
out of character, I smelt worse in the sewer.
yeah. Out of character, you smelt worse than a sewer. Wow. So,
That one in the great shit.
I will say with that 12, there isn't an immediate scent of them around here. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're confident that they're not around here, but it means that you can't smell any nearby.
Okay, well, I will be keeping my nose to trying to see if I can smell them while we are going.
Okay. And I'll let you choose the gamble whether you wish to roll again and then take that new result, or whether you wish to rely on this 12.
I'll
let you choose.
probably take. Well,
Okay. So, which direction are you headed? There is what I am going to be calling northeast, which leads up this way, or going back down towards the crossroads from here, it will then lead in any of the other directions.
Well, the rats were in the crossroad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was suggested that we go the opposite way, so if anybody has any objection or want to go a different route.
Only thing I can think to try. Chris, Romulus is fairly competent at hunting.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair to say. Would it be possible to try and look around for any tracks or traces that the slimes, like the ones we saw earlier, might feasibly leave?
Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it's a 3 plus 3, so it's a 6. No.
No,
Is
you
the
look.
answer.
You look around. With these sorts of slimes, you might expect a snail trail, no trail at all, or potentially corpses. None of them in this particular vicinity portray any of that. Either you're missing the tracks, or they are non-existent in this area. You are not entirely sure. But you do not see any.
All right.
So,
The opposite direction from the rat.
northeast then?
Yeah.
Yes.
If we want to look for tracks, we could try and find a grate. That would be where they've actually been getting out of the sewer,
Ooh.
since the pedestrian entrances are sealed.
That
Also,
sounds like a great idea.
Also, I think I got my angle slightly wrong. It would be a bit more like that.
Yeah.
But yes.
But if there
Maybe
are any
still
tracks,
appreciate the
that'll
joke,
be
to
where
be
they
honest.
where they're the strongest.
If that's the case, then I think we should go. Do one of the crossroads go straight on, or is it just
Yes.
left and right?
So it would
I
be
suggest
straight.
we
It'll be
go
straight
this
on,
way.
and then this way would be what you'd be going for.
If we're gonna be looking for a great thing, I suggest we go this way.
Well, Southwest has been the most badly hit, so that might be a good place to start as well. So yeah.
There's that, and also, if I remember correctly, this was the distillery.
This
That's
was
up
the
there.
distillery.
That was the distillery. Okay, never mind. Then I would suggest that way.
Going this way or going up this way?
The one that there was a crossroads, so there
One
was
led this
like,
way.
Yeah, that
Yep.
way.
Okay. You. Is that. So, which direction do you guys want to head? Do you know what? I can do this. Shrink everyone's tiles down.
I'll still vote.
Ah, K's the biggest.
Not anymore. Okay. I will say, choose where you guys would like to go. Grid and snapping are off, so you have a road going down this way towards a crossroads, which then leads left, right, and straight on. And you have one that leads up this way, accordingly. So K is going down and then to your right.
Are we looking for a grate?
I think so.
Yeah, but we don't know how this
There's
is
no grates
connected,
down this
so-
way.
We don't know how
Oh,
all
nah.
this is. We don't know how this is connected, so this might lead towards this up here.
Something that you do generally know is that places are typically connected via like long lines, so you can draw lines between most of these to get to particular directions. So actually, it will go this way. Would be where you'd where it would
Hey,
lead.
you will have a clue what's going on.
So if you wanted to go,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That was the
so it'd
thread.
be like
Okay, so
that
I'm
and-
changing mine.
Yeah, take us both over there.
I'm happy to join you lot.
All right.
okay. In which case, I'll put the pile of tokens back over here for later voting, if that ever comes up again. So heading off up in this direction, because this one would be connected to these two, so it would be in this direction. Heading off up in this particular direction, you travel along for a little ways, and moving along, kind of keeping your eyes peeled, kind of listening out as best you can. I would say Kay, Lloyd, Vinny, and Romulus, you occasionally hear the sound of skittering and squeaking every now and then. as you otherwise pass by this kind of tube of light as you're otherwise travelling down it. Kind of the old stonework covered in old moss and kind of various water lines where you can see just layers of moss are forming these thin lines along the wall. It's otherwise caked in various yellow and green fungus to a certain degree. The water below is stagnant, smells horrible, and there is no sound other than the occasional squeak and scratching sounds. As you get to a certain point, as you begin to progress, you see what looks to be almost these large roots that seem to be growing out of the wall where the stones have been collapsed to one side. And Kay, you smell quite a lot of heavy rat smell. So a musty, horrible, kind of wet fur smell.
Coming from this area that has...
This area up ahead, yeah. You can see that it also seems to break off into two different directions. One leading straight on and one leading left.
I'm following my nose at this point. Whichever way smells more ratty.
Okay. What is the marching order we have here then? If I assume Kay would be taking the front.
I'll probably quite close to the front with the light.
I would like to be closer to the front.
Okay, so I guess I'm.
Fine.
You can
Having a head back.
walk.
No, I think I'd take up the rear because I'd be like a rear guard almost.
Trying to remember if this is one or two abreast. Give me a mo. Let me just unlock it and move this over. You would be coming from... given the direction, this should actually be orientated... Hold on. You would be heading... that direction. There we go.
Well, okay.
And you would be
So-
travelling along... Actually, no. So, actually, the routes are on the other side. And you can travel single file.
I will be crawling on my knees.
I will not be crawling
So
on my knees.
what is the order you wish
Well-
to take up from here?
Since Infernal said he'd be back in a bit, and knowing Lloyd, he wants to be in the back.
Okay.
At least that's what I've gotten so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jamie said he wanted to take up the rear, and I think he'd be happy to have someone behind just in case we got ambushed from behind.
Okay.
Mhm.
Ooh. Oh, did he say he'd be right back as well?
Who?
New Jamie. Oh yeah, he's muted as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to use this as a quick break, just so then people have a
Yeah,
chance to come
sure,
back?
that would make sense.
Yeah. Okay. So before we progress here, we'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Ta-ta.
Hmm.
Be back in a moment.
I'll make a drink.
Right.
Of tea, not
Yeah,
coffee.
no.
I'll make a drink of vodka.
Welcome back, Jimmy.
Is anything as I quickly went to the loo?
Uh,
Other
we
than
got into
marching order?
formation.
Cool. Okay, that's fine. That's all I missed. That's good.
Oh, and Damian died.
Oh, that's an unimportant part. Oh wait, hang on a second.
Right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Apparently, my campaign just ended, according to Kay.
What? Your campaign ended? What do you mean it just ended? Not like that.
Apparently, whilst I was in the league, we got into formation, and then Damian died. I was like, oh, that's not. Oh, wait.
No. Okay, I'm also going to reveal what's up ahead. So actually,
'Cause
no,
I can see that.
those would be the routes, yeah.
Ah.
That's what you can see. You
Where's
can see
the
2
point?
bridges as well.
Bridges?
30,
Oh.
35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
So you'd be able to see all the way up to here.
Yeah, I can see all of that.
It's 30 foot of bright light and then 30 foot of dim light, so it would be 50 feet that you'd be able to see at the moment. So you'd be able to see up to the
Which
back
is-
here.
I mean, this was 60, so
yeah, so you'd be able to see
that
this.
is-
Okay.
yeah.
So you can fully see the bridge up ahead as well. Granted, there is no colour for this in particular because it's beyond the bright light range for you. But so all of this is in black and white.
Well, red.
Oh yeah, red for you. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Everything's in red. Pretty much. Everything is in some form of tinted red. Yeah. Everyone bleeds the same color because K is
Because it's all tinted.
red. Well, isn't that wholesome?
I feel like Warwick now from League.
What? Because of the red tint.
Yeah,
Ah.
when
Well-
somebody bleeds, the screen starts going red.
Are you the wrong
I
class?
forgot.
Welcome back. Are you the wrong class for that? I mean, Path of the Wild Barbarian would make more sense for a Warwick style character, but anyway.
Yeah, but Warwick bites things.
Yeah, so
I'm back.
can Path of the Wild.
Yeah, well, so can I.
Yeah, that's fair. You could go skin if you want to do that kind of build. For anyone listening who wants that sort of build advice, Path of the Wild Barbarian and go some form of like someone with lycanthropy, yeah, or going skin shifter if you're going to be using
I
stuff.
have returned.
Aha!
Also,
Oh,
why
boy.
are we talking about
Excellent.
lycanthropy?
We have everyone. Oh, we were just talking about converting Warwick from League of Legends into a character.
Okay.
Okay.
We got a Simon?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
blood
have me?
shield
Yep. We have
calls
a Simon.
for-
So
We have a.
Oh, looks like we have an Infernal
ha-
as well.
we have Infernal as well. So we have everybody back. So as you see what's going up ahead, and you see the kind of the bundle up ahead, and you can hear the scratches and the squeaks of mice or rats up ahead, more densely around this particular patch of roots.
Alright, onwards.
I don't know if I told you guys, but I really don't like rats. Yeah, once upon a time I got mugged by a rat. He stole my food.
It wasn't so much mugged as beaten.
Okay.
As you get closer, you begin to hear the squeaking and the scratching beginning to get more and more, not panicked, but active. And you can all hear it now, the sound of lots of rats squeaking and otherwise squirming.
Yes, they
going
know
on
I
ahead?
desire their flannels.
But there was that rat god, a boss rat that. I don't find him.
There's a boss rat here.
And I don't know about here, but there was in the tower. He was evil.
I mean, he was a slightly larger than average rat.
Hmm.
What
Commanded an army.
sort of case size or?
What are you suggesting?
I think he actually was about K size.
Hang on, how is? Let's see. Does Kat remember this more exaggerated than? Yeah, she does. So no, this thing was massive.
Okay, I think your backstory is
huge.
changing for the better.
So I get to command rats now?
Yeah, I am the rat king.
Oh yeah. So
You shall call me the Pied Piper of rats.
So, you're otherwise standing right next to this nest, it seems.
Alternative, the rat piper of pies.
Hey, can we sneak past the net? Do you reckon the chances are of that?
Sneak, 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 sneak.
Let me just have a quick check. No.
You guys can try. I'm doing it.
Okay, go
I
ahead
didn't
and
hear
roll me
Damian
a
all the way
stealth
back
check.
there.
As my plate armor just clicks. No.
Campaign 2 Sasha.
I figured me,
Nice.
but you know.
There we go. Now it's actually rolling. Stealth. That is a 12.
12. Okay. You sneak past onto the bridge, seemingly going unnoticed.
Hey,
As you
I'm
sneak
gonna-
past, you can see another lot of them up ahead on around another bundle of roots.
I'm going to bite my lip, and I'm going to try and start moving as he moves on.
Okay, moving up to make room. Go ahead and make me a stealth check then, please, Cat.
You know how nice it is to not have to make a stealth check without disadvantage. Oh, shit.
You were saying.
You were saying.
I will
How about
remind you.
disadvantage?
I will remind you. You have inspiration if you wish to use it.
Yeah, I'm using inspiration.
Okay.
What another one?
13.
The one in it.
13. Quietly as you can with hooves, which in theory should give disadvantage, but it's fine. You trot past.
Wow.
Also, Infernal, stop breathing into your mic so loudly.
Why is it picking it up?
I don't know, but
It is very loud.
You're not putting the mic in your mouth, are you?
No.
Or up your nose?
Infernal just deep throating the mic.
Alright.
Okay.
Doing this.
Okay. Kay, to make room, you're going to need to stealth forward again. Now, I wish to
That's fine.
I wish to ask a question. What direction are you headed?
Where are we in the city at this point?
You don't know.
Oh, okay. We're just in the sewer.
You headed in this direction, and so there's currently a turn left or straight on. You don't know how far you've been.
From
But
what Kay knows, it either will, if we go left, it'll either go to this one, or that one.
You haven't hit a second grate yet, so anywhere between there and there would be more likely.
So probably to here. Okay, so I'm going left.
Okay. Okay. Now the real question is, do you want to go back along this track or this track? There isn't too
I'm
much
not going
difference, but it's up to
I'm
you on
not
which
going
side.
back.
Okay. Going along this one? Okay. Easily enough, you sneak past. The nest seems to be less active, this one, but going past it does seem to agitate them, but not so much that it would activate them like going through like this one does.
Okay.
You're able to move up. Okay. Moving up to there. And Cat, you may do the same if you wish to. Romulus,
All right.
go ahead and roll me a stealth check. Or if you have any other methods of getting past.
Okay.
Thunderstep.
That would go well.
Yes, I, the mighty mage Romulus, shall use thunder to go past and then make the loudest sound imaginable.
Uh-huh.
I will attempt a combat roll.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
I'm not
please.
actually going to do a combat roll. I'm just going to walk in like a vaguely stealthy manner.
Okay.
What's my stealth? +2. Okay. That's a roll, baby. Oh, I picked it up rather than doing the thing. That's fine.
That's fine.
Jesus.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So he sneezes.
He
I'm
sneezes.
sneezing out the dice demons.
As you get to this space here, you move up, and Vinny, Lloyd, and Damian, you guys are behind. You watch as Romulus moves up, and you watch his head tilts back a bit, and you're like, oh no, what's he seen? So you follow his gaze up, and you see nothing before you hear an echoing "Achoo!" that echoes through the corridor.
Ah, that's a real dad sneeze.
I would like everyone to roll initiative, please, as the rat's nest has been fully alerted to your presence.
I'm so sorry, but also, what a great way for this to happen.
No need to apologise, because guess what?
Oh no.
We
I
weren't
don't
getting
like
out of this
this.
anyway.
Bye, cat.
Oh.
Hang on.
Sudz,
yours
I
is
get to
positive.
use my favourite music.
Yeah.
Rat battle.
I
I'm only
I
going to use
assume
this like once.
Well, this is awkward.
Should have gone with diplomacy. Oh well.
Oh,
is-
now
what is
he rolls well.
diplomacy?
I was tempted to try to do persuasion on them. Just saying, hey, just stay in there. It's fine.
Just stay in there. Don't worry about it.
We offer you no harm.
So,
Except for that one, he might.
Right.
Everyone points at different members of the party.
okay.
No, everybody just points at Romulus.
25 to 20.
Hold on. I got this. I got 21, I believe. What did I roll? Yeah, 21.
21, okay. 20 to 15.
18.
15 to 10.
12.
10 to 5.
9.
9 was that?
9. Yeah, 9.
Okay. 5 or lower.
An unnatural 1.
-1.
Oh, right. Did you get a natural 1 there, Cat?
I have had 4 nat 1s so far. I am not casting spells, just to clear this up.
So,
Because we may die.
Okay, so K is first,
I
followed
have learned
by...
something.
Hmm?
The turn order was already in the correct position.
Excellent. Wait, is it in the fully correct position?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh, that's impressive. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to add. I'll just add the things that are in this combat when I get there. Okay. So
I mean, there's nothing that I can do.
These. I'll make a copy of that just to be safe.
No, because you're all the way over there.
I'm gonna stand here, and I am going to hold my action to attack anything that enters range. Any hostile things that enter range.
Okay. Is that what you? So that's what you're doing on your turn?
There's nothing else for me to do. There's nothing to hit.
This is true. Okay. So, top of your turn, you otherwise stand there, kind of holding your... Uh-oh, something's coming. You hold your action, preparing to do stuff. Standing there specifically?
There, because I'm getting... I know that the rats were here. They have been agitated by a sneeze from the big man.
And you can see Kat is currently panicking, given her natural 1.
Yep, and I am getting in between the weird horse thing and whatever may come.
Wow.
If I wasn't panicking, I'd be upset, but I'm
Centaur
too
racism.
frantic. I keep an eye
Centaur?
out for this rat king.
Oh, I guess I'll sit on
Hey.
the weird rat thing.
Kay still doesn't know what she is.
That's fair.
So it is a horse thing, because
Hmm.
Kay has seen a horse.
Okay,
Why
Romulus. It is your turn. What would you like to do in this instance? You sneeze and you can begin to hear scrambling and loud squeaking.
Can I locate rat?
Yes, in behind the roots.
The root's next to me here.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna take up my glaive. By which I mean my Danax.
Okay.
I'm very sorry about this. God, I hope you're not connected to anything important. I'm talking to the roots, not the rats. And I'm going to be committing some damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an attack roll. What is this against? You
My
cannot
intention
see
is to,
rats at the moment. You can
my
hear them.
intention is to get the rough location of rats and then swing the axe through the roots at the rats.
Okay.
So swinging at the root.
So swinging at the roots with the intent to get rats behind.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say this is an intent attack as you're trying to attack through something, so it will be half damage, but you may go ahead and make an attack roll, and they will have 3/4 cover for the purposes of roots.
Okay. I'm not going to be raging because I don't think I can be angry at this point. Like, reasonably, it just makes no sense.
Oh no, I sneezed! Ah, so angry. Ooh.
Oh!
Okay.
So,
Go ahead and roll another d10 for damage, and this will be halved, remember, overall, because of the total. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I don't think it matters that much,
So
Chris.
18 plus what? Plus 4, correct? Damage-wise?
18 plus 4, currently,
22
yes.
points of damage. Okay. With the immediate knowing of what's coming, well, Kay, you prepare yourself, kind of looking, you can begin to hear the sound of squeaking from the nearby roots. As you hear the sound of a sneeze, followed by as an axe is brought down as it cleaves through a portion of the roots, and you watch as one of the tunnels where there's like a network of tunnels behind it. You can see several rats. You can't see rats anymore, only a smear of red as the Danax cleaves through several rats at the same time, doing 22 points of damage, halved to 11 for the sake of an intended attack going through another object,
Which
then
is still
halved
a
again
fuck
because it's a swarm of rats and they are resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. 5 points of damage, though, is still pretty good for an intent attack.
Still good for smushing some rats.
Yeah. It's still pretty good as a starter for a creature that hasn't even gotten on the board yet and can't be attacked. So that's pretty good. Okay.
see, I would love to do that, but
I'm just going to add
My
these
strength
onto
is
the
not good.
board now.
Don't worry, I have proficiency in killing rats.
There you go. These are for the initiative when it gets there.
Yeah, sorry. Don't worry, Kay. I have proficiency in
Kill.
murdering and brutalizing rats.
Yep. It's fine.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
is that the end of your turn or do you wish to move?
I don't suppose you could reasonably let me get away with using my horns here. So I'm going to because they're not technically on the board yet. They can't technically attack
No,
me.
I would say in this instance they can't attack, and you shouldn't be able to attack them using horns. I'd only say reach would have allowed the Danax to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will step back over to here.
Okay.
That way I am allowing as much room as possible for anyone else to attack if necessary.
Okay.
And if they come out, I have reach weapons.
Yep.
So.
Of course. Vinny, you are up next. You can hear the sound of rats nearby beginning to squeal and move, with the very present sound of several rats being cleaved in half from the surface. Lloyd, prepare. You will be up next.
Okie dokie.
The rats aren't technically on the board, so you'd need to make an attack with intent, doing half damage to try and hit them if you wish to try.
Not for the moment. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Move over here,
Okay.
and I'm going to hold an action to attack if any of the rats attempt to attack me.
Okay. End of your turn. It is now Swarm 2's go, which is the red one. Okay. So, with this, the rats immediately pop out of their nearby hole, swarming and rushing over the nearby surroundings, just creating this massive ball of running fur. Okay, you had a held action to otherwise perform an attack against said rats.
I did indeed.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll then, please. What weapon are you using in this instance?
Well, I mean, I guess it would be claw, since it's just a random attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. Total to hit.
That is a 15.
Okay, 15. You hit. How much damage?
10, including the 2 poison.
10, including the 2 poison. So 8 points of slashing.
8 points of slashing,
which
2
is
poison.
halved. Okay. 8 points of slashing as you otherwise swing down with your claws. Cat, I'd say this is the first time you've seen Kay do this, but you watch as he otherwise pulls one of his gloves off, swings down, and you watch as these claws just erupt from the white fur as they otherwise swing through. They're menacing and very shiny, almost similar to metal. As they otherwise cull down and carve through a number of the rats, you watch as the ones that are caught are spiked and killed, and as they do, you watch as there's this slight burst from within some of them, as this green is almost this green and sickly poison coils from them and onto the rest as the poison damage carries over, doing 2 points of damage because they are not resistant.
Correct, fools.
Okay, that is your held action and your reaction. It is now the rest of their go. They are going to immediately rush into your space, and they are going to attempt an attack against you. Let's see. They have... Oof, okay. That is a 19 to hit.
Of course they hit.
Yep. And they are not half health yet, so they do 6 points of piercing damage. Taking it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just maybe you have the
like
resilience ability from second level to take less damage if you want to.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna wait for a bigger hit than that.
Okay.
Or when
Okay.
I'm low.
Yep. The rats otherwise kind of swarm over you, taking large bites into your skin and through your armor as they begin to leave these nick marks, more currently around your hand, which is now a bit less armored, and your chest where they're beginning to swarm over you. Cat, you are panicking, seeing Kay swarmed with rats that literally cover the entirety of his form.
It's not hard.
True, but still. Okay. End of their go. Lloyd, you are up.
Yay.
For reference, you and Damian are currently being partially plunged in darkness because your light source has run away.
Great. Perfect.
So you can see up ahead what looks to be Kay, or a ball of Kay, currently being attacked by rats. Vinny, who's preparing, and Romulus, who seems to be moving around the corner. You don't see where. You can hear otherwise squeals and scratching from in here.
Interesting. Could I take out my lantern?
Okay. As an action, are you going to light it, or is it just going to be a take out your lantern?
Do I need to light it? It's a hooded lantern with the crystal.
Oh, if it's got the crystal in it.
Yeah.
No, in which case, no, you won't need to. It will be lit automatically. So, bonus action, pull out your lantern.
Yes.
Okay. I'll say pointing in this conical direction, so you can see in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Giving off like this ghostly blue light that otherwise is blue, isn't it? Or did you buy orange in the
No,
end?
it's yellow. It's a yellow crystal.
Yellow crystal. Okay. Giving off like a
Yeah.
yellow sunlight within the area ahead.
About the medium one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I'm not going close to those rats. I will
Okay.
use Bless on Damian, Vinny, and Kay.
Okay. Roll me a perception check to see Kay.
Okay.
I swear, if you fail, I'm gonna murder you.
What did the rats do?
11.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You see Kay's head while the rat's still climbing in.
Okay, good. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm just within range.
Yep.
I feel like there's gonna be a theme for K.
Covered in rats.
No, being engulfed by everything. I've been engulfed by slime, now rats.
Yeah, this is fair. I'm gonna stack you this way.
You do have a so far a
Tendency.
100%.
And then I'm gonna like prop myself against the wall so Damian can go past.
Okay, so you'll be putting yourself prone in order to allow Damian past. Got it.
Like Can I just like put my body like to the wall?
Yeah, that would be going
You know?
prone. You're pressing yourself against the wall to. It is going sideways prone as opposed
Yeah,
to
sure.
on the ground
Sure.
prone.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Okay, this is going to be fun. Swarm 1 pops out. And Vinny, you have an attack, or were you holding it should they try to go for you?
I think I was holding it should they try to go for me, since I wasn't expecting. I don't think Vinny was expecting them to be so aggressive that they need to be eliminated immediately. I think you may have been wrong about this, but yeah, that was what I was.
If you wish to use your reaction in order to change what your held action is, it will do half damage, but you may choose to do so.
Okay, if they're clearly aggressive, then I will attempt to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Make me an attack roll then, please. Actually, I'll say, given the circumstance, I won't do the half
Doesn't
damage, because if they don't go for you, then they'll move out of your attack of opportunity range. If they do go for you, you'd attack them, so I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
you
You got a bless on you.
blessed
You've
as
got
well,
bless,
so
so you
you're
have an extra d4.
That was. I mean, I rolled a. Well, no, DC could be low. Yeah, that and damage as well. That's what? 1 plus 2 plus 5, I believe. So 12.
12 hits. Doing how much
Okey-dokey.
damage?
4 damage, since I don't reasonably have sneak attack in this situation.
Do you not have a dex modifier?
Oh no, you're very correct. There's 7 damage on.
Okay. 7, and then that will be halved to 3 because of it being a swarm. Okay. With that and the rats popping out, they are going to go after Vinny and Romulus. Please roll me a d20 each. Lowest is getting attacked.
Oh boy.
Romulus? Oh, yep, just panning over, I see.
Sorry,
well,
I
got
was
4,
muted.
so-
Nope, that's fine. 4. Okay, if you get lower than a 4, you're being attacked, Romulus. Nope.
Oh, I'm
Sorry, Vinny.
sorry.
Okay. Vinny, they are going to attempt to attack you. That is 18 to hit. They are rolling really well.
They need to stop.
That's gonna hit, yeah.
They're doing really well. That's
They need
5
to
points
stop.
of piercing damage. As the rats otherwise clamber over you, they begin to bite into your skin, doing the best they can to otherwise attack you. It hurts, and it's annoying, but it's certainly drawing blood.
It is indeed. I am bloodied.
Good to know. Okay.
Who's blooded?
Vinny is.
Ah.
I was still damaged from before.
Yeah.
I don't have 10.
Okay.
Okay. End of their go. Time to give you a new tile to add to the initiative. There you go. That's out of the water.
Oh,
Oh,
and I couldn't
no.
smell it. Of course.
No, it was in the water. As it
Ah.
otherwise peels up, it moves to this space initially, sensing where the sound is from. Before, I'd say, Romulus, you notice this, and Lloyd, you definitely notice this. It begins to go towards Lloyd.
It's attracted to eyes.
Me esta
It's-
no like.
It's going to make an attack roll against you, Lloyd.
Not cool.
That is a 6 to hit. It's actually lower than your AC.
What the fuck?
I rolled
Okay.
a natural 2.
We thought the slimes were the issue. No, it's these fucking rats and their ability to actually hit things.
They have
I
a lower
told
to
you.
hit. They've just been rolling really well.
Told you should fear the rats. No one listens to me.
Mhm.
I think I'm crazy.
Okay. The corpse ooze peels out of the water, climbs over the edge, and you watch as its form turns, almost shrinking slightly. Not physically, but almost, not necessarily in pain, but more fear almost, as it begins to go towards Lloyd. It goes and
Scared of me?
It goes and takes a swing against you, kind of moving its body to wrap around you as you kind of pinned up. Oh, you were pinned up against the wall. You're prone. This has advantage against you. That is a 13 to hit.
Well, that hits
Oh,
me,
you
so
get
it's
our
gonna hit
hopes
him.
up.
Sorry, Lloyd. I forgot you were prone then. Okay.
There's just a green blob.
You're not dead.
Enveloping Lloyd against the wall.
No.
Might as well be.
You take 6 points of bludgeoning and 3 points of acid
Ow!
damage.
That would kill me.
It's a third of my HP.
As it, as it otherwise wraps around you, you are now engulfed. Please make me a concentration check for Bless, please. You are now grappled by the ooze.
17.
17. Okay, you maintain your concentration.
Damian, help!
Sorry, I can't see anything. Your lantern's just been obscured.
You can see-
glowing
I-
inside of
it-
him.
it's
I would argue
glowing-
this thing definitely is
It's
not
glowing.
opaque.
No,
He's
it's
translucent,
not
right?
it's not opaque. It's they're partially translucent, hence why it's so
Yeah.
easy for it to hide in the water here. In the essence of what you'd be looking at, Damian, what you see before you is you watch as this ooze climbs out of the water over the edge, slinks its way towards Lloyd, wraps around him against the wall, and you just see this like bubble wrapping around Lloyd where he's currently being squeezed, and you can see the lantern on the interior is currently being smothered, but it's still producing light out of one portion of it, kind of just creating this weird, almost
The beacon of
art
light.
on the wall behind it, of like reflecting water almost, on the back wall across the way.
Right.
You can see, you can quite happily see that this thing is there, and you can also see Lloyd, but yeah. Okay. Damian, it is now your go, speaking of which.
Right. Just a quick question. I can't do a reaction when he's got attacked.
Oh, that's right, because you have your interception.
Yeah.
Did you want to use that?
I think I would.
Okay. Yeah. It's
Have
a
I got a D10?
D10 less damage. So
Is that the yellow ones?
That's the green one.
Green one. Okay, let's have a
Yep.
look.
What is this?
Okay.
That'd be 8.
Okay. Lloyd, you take 8 less damage as Damian moves in front of you, kind of putting his shield in the way, and the slime doesn't manage to get a full strike against you. I'll actually say for that instance it'll be here, and I'll say that Damian's engulfed rather than you, Lloyd.
So I get my 6 HP back?
You get 8 HP back.
Ah,
Is it 8 or is it just 6? It's D10.
It's at
Oh,
plus my
D10 plus
proficiency.
proficiency, so which is plus 2. Yeah, so you
Yeah,
get 8
8.
HP back after that. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. In future, just
Ah, you
general
took
note,
6 damage,
when that
right?
happens, you're...
Yeah.
No, you took 6 bludgeoning and 3 acid, so you should be taking 1 point of
right.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
It-
did he attack me a second time? Or
No,
did
No,
It
it's
just
one
doesn't-
attack.
it's-
Same attack.
yeah, it's same
Okay.
attack, just did acid damage as the second bit.
6 plus 3, okay.
I'll say just for general note in the future, feel free to just intercept and say I'd use my reaction to do this,
Yeah,
because that's
I'll
perfectly
remember
fine.
that, yeah.
Yep, that's fine. Okay. It is your turn, Damian. You are currently engulfed inside this thing,
I
mostly stuck
guess
to your
I'm-
shield.
Can I use my mace then on it?
You may indeed. You are grappled, but you are not restrained. Oh, actually, no.
Right.
The creature is restrained and the corpse ooze cannot engulf another target. Yes, so you are currently grappled and restrained, so that would be disadvantage on the attack, should you wish to do it. You know they aren't hard to hit, though.
I think I kind of have to do that. And hang on, I've got. The
You've got
bless.
bless. Yep.
D4,
This
that's a
doesn't count
D4.
as flank, never mind.
Right.
No, he's inside it.
I haven't rolled for damage.
Okay, so that would be a 3 plus
2.
3 plus 2 plus your other modifiers.
Which is sorry, my brain has forgotten which one I've got to use.
That's fine. It's your to hit.
Okay.
Should be mace, then the hit, then there will be the range,
Oh,
then the
okay.
hit,
So
then the
okay,
damage.
gotcha. So that's 10.
10, that hits.
Damage, which is a D8. I forgot which one a D8 is. I'm doing well there.
Red one.
Oh yeah, the red. Duh.
Yep.
So it's been a while now.
That's fine.
I think 2 sessions I can't remember how to do combat. I've only done it twice.
That's fine.
Oh,
Ooh,
well, that'll do.
nice. 8 plus
So
what?
that- it's plus 3. 3 bludgeoning.
Plus 3 bludgeoning. Okay. 11 points of bludgeoning. It takes 6. You take 5.
Ooh.
As you otherwise swing your mace into it, you pull it through, tearing through what you can as you bludgeon the side of it. As you do, a portion of the damage otherwise hits you, as it otherwise contracts inward, and the damage is transferred partially to you.
Oh, that's not good.
It's a little painful.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn? Unless you have a bonus action.
I don't know if I got a bonus action. I don't think really I do.
Okay. Okay. Cat. It is your turn. You currently see, from your point of view, rats smothering Kay. Vinny being smothered by rats. You do not see what's going on back here. You probably would have seen the corpse ooze before it went this way. I'd say, Romulus, you would have seen the same thing, but you don't know what's going on back here.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm probably more obsessed about the fact that there's rats right next to me, and they're kind of like eating Kay. Well, I can't attack these. Okay, all right. This is gonna be. I want to run something by you. Mold earth. If I touch the ground in front of me, can I use mold earth to try and push the rats off of him, like causing?
If it was dirt, and not a stone causeway, I would allow it. But in
Okay, because it says you
instance,
choose a portion of stone or dirt.
Is that natural? Do you know if that would be natural stone or if it would
I've
count?
no idea. It just says you
does
choose a
just
portion
say
of stone or dirt, which was
Okay.
why I looked it up.
I will rule in this instance. Go ahead and make me an attack roll using your spellcasting ability attack, or your spell attack against this. If you roll high enough to hit it, then you will push it off. If you roll high enough to hit K, K will take a little bit of damage in response for you pushing this off. Kind of extending the use of this cantrip.
This doesn't actually do damage. Just
No, I
to
know.
clear that up, it's to push them off.
You'll be using the dirt underneath the tiles to push them off if you hit them. But if you also roll high enough to hit K's AC, he's going to get hit with the tile over the head and take his point of damage.
All right, no, cool. Right, so it's a +5. Oh shit.
Okay.
Sorry, Kate.
Okay. You
Does that
otherwise
mean I take 2 points of damage?
no, because it only doubles rolled dice. I'm not going to be that
Aw.
cruel. This is friendly fire. So in this instance, Cat, you otherwise panicking in this instance, you take a few steps back before leaning down and putting your hands on the earth around you, on the tiles around you, using what filth there is on the dirt here and dust. So Chania digs underneath 2 of the tiles, and you push the dirt up, and it otherwise pushes the rats off of K. No attack, no opportunity attacks, no nothing. Sorry, K. You have been knocked over.
I was
There we go.
knocked unconscious.
You are
by-
knocked unconscious as a tile smacks you over the head. It does a single point of bludgeoning damage, and it's a little annoying, but the rats are off of you and pushed back onto the ground where they've otherwise been moved away.
Okay. Yeah. I guess that ends my turn.
Okay. End of your turn. Kay, back to the top of the round. You are no longer swarmed with rats.
Ooh.
Romulus, you will be up next, so keep that in mind.
I am going to unhinge my mask.
Okay.
I want it noted that I just came up with something. There is a string on the inside of the mask that keeps it still closed until I open my mouth. Because it's connected to the string goes to the other side, and that part of the string is in my mouth.
Yep. Okay.
So
that works. Yeah. We said we'd
yeah.
figure out a mechanism later. I guess now is later.
yeah, now it's later.
Yeah.
I just-
Okay. Clipping it on
Alright.
unclipping it on either side. The bottom portion of the mask unhinges. I would say from this angle, Cat, you'd probably be the only one who'd see this from this angle, given everyone's focus. As you watch as it unhinges, you see what looks to be a rat-like snout, otherwise coming to the edge of the end of the mask.
Shock.
I am mad at these things. I am
Eat
biting.
The rats.
Okay, you are biting.
I am biting. Is the D4 for a damage or the attack roll itself?
The D4 is for the attack roll if you're talking about Bless.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering where to put the D4.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, I think I missed a bite.
No, that should still hit.
9.
9? You only have
Nine.
you only have a +3 with your attack roll?
Oh, then it's 12.
12. That hits.
Okay.
Okay. Doing.
I forgot about the D4 already.
Yep. You rolled the D4 and forgot about the D4. Respect. Okay. So.
That is
6 points of piercing damage.
7 points. Damn it.
Oh, 7 points of piercing damage, half to 3 either way, and 2 points of poison damage.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Otherwise,
And-
unhinging your mask, kind of crouching down to their level. You watch as the bottom portion of the mask expands outwards as you watch as what is now the rat portion of Cade, what you know, bites towards the rats, and you hear squealing and crunching as these almost razor sharp metallic teeth carve into the rats in front of him.
Is the sound of this enough to draw Romulus's attention?
No, you're currently focused on the fact that Vinny is covered in rats.
And I'm going to bonus action attack with claws.
Okay, go ahead. And this one doesn't get your dex modifier, so it would just be...
Never mind. That is a nat
That
1.
is a natural 1. Okay.
Yay me.
Way.
Throws
Okay,
a rat
you
at cat.
Oh no!
Okay. To make this interesting, you will get a choice here. Either, with your natural 1, you stumble into the rats and they will get an attack of opportunity on you as a result of your natural 1, or you throw a rat at cat. I will let you choose.
I'm throwing a rat at cat.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to roll an attack roll for a singular rat. Cat. In this instance, as Kay swings down with his claws, you watch as it catches on the back of the tail of one of the rats as he swings up, and you watch as the rat rebounds off of the wall, flies towards you, and lands on your back amongst your hair. You immediately begin panicking, and it does too. It doesn't manage to bite you, but you are shaken by this. Massively so, as there is now a rat tangled in your hair on your back.
A traumatized rat.
A traumatized rat.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Kay, I believe that is the end of your turn. So,
That
Romulus.
is indeed the end of my turn.
Alright, Romulus, you
Okay.
are up. Vinny, you will be up next.
To confirm,
Mhm.
what can I do to make Vinny unratted?
You can either perform some form of a push to try and sweep them off of him, or if you want to take an attack with your weapon, if you manage to hit the rat's AC and not Vinny's, you will hit only the rats. If you hit
What?
the rat's AC and Vinny's, the rats will take full damage, Vinny will take half.
What is Vinny's AC?
15.
Ooh.
Burning intensifies.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just abandons him to
Can I
go
ask a
elsewhere.
question? Stepping here, is that a bad thing or?
You don't know.
Thank you. You're very helpful.
You're welcome.
Summon some more ruses. I mean, you know,
No,
we're
no
bad
one.
enough trouble
I will
already,
say,
why not?
no one has stood in the stagnant water yet. No one has, so there's no way of feasibly knowing.
I am going to come over to here,
Mm-hmm.
and I. Okay, Simon. Would you prefer I push you out of the rats, or would you prefer I deal damage to the rats?
It's up to you. If you push me out, I'm in a good position to then make an attack against them. But
Yeah, you know, I'll move here.
You're not going to deal 18 damage.
Aren't I?
He did 21 the previous attack. He's not going to do 18 damage. No. True. He
Okay.
might.
I will go for a push attack,
Okay.
as I believe that's the thing. my intention being to leave the rats where they are and push the Vinny out of the rats.
Okay, in which case, go ahead and make me an athletics check with advantage because you are a Minotaur versus Vinny's frame.
Oh god, fucking I need to get these in the placements.
Oh, no.
Thank goodness
that
for
is-
advantage.
That is a 12.
Okay, versus the rat's athletics. Okay, in this instance,
One singular, incredibly buff rat.
okay, I will say go ahead and roll me a d10.
Uh-oh.
2.
2. Okay. As you go and you push Vinny out of the rats, you move forward and shove him. To which you watch as the wonder as Vinny is pushed out and the rats are left standing. As they all fall to the ground, almost like in a cartoonish way where they remain as a silhouette for a moment before collapsing onto the ground. As they do, there's a strange moment when you're like, huh, that worked. And as you otherwise watch, several of the rats land on top of one another, and a few of them begin biting one another. As they rolled a natural 1.
Wow.
And so, you made an attack of opportunity doing 6 points of damage after 3.
Nice. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, a shove or push action is technically an attack action?
Yes, correct.
Does that mean I can now horns these fuckers?
Yes, you may.
Horns it is!
And Vinny, also, because they rolled a natural 1 in this instance, I will also allow you to make an attack of opportunity against them if you wish. This will use your reaction. But I can't remember whether you've used yours already, because you... Oh yeah, you have, because you held your reaction to attack them. So, never mind.
Yes, unfortunately.
That's fine. Never mind.
And I have a +2 to this because of flanking.
Correct.
Okay, well that's a 14.
Okay. Otherwise, leaning down with a 3 total of 3 damage, half to 1. You skewer 2 good rats on your horns.
It does have my strength mod on it according to our things.
Oh,
So
the strength
that
mod
would
is
be-
only if you're dual wielding.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't remember whether I wrote that in or not in the overlay. I think I wrote that in the regular one though, because I went through and I made the modification. Unless I'm misremembering my modification again.
So I was looking at just the horn's weapon. I wasn't looking at the full thing. So yeah. I get it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way,
Cool.
it's still some damage.
I will make the modification on the attack section then.
At least one rat dies.
2 rats die, skewered on, doing 1 point of damage each. The swarm is thinning. Your efforts have not been in vain.
I am making note of the 2 rats on my horns currently.
Yeah, that's fine.
They shall become my new flannels.
They'll have holes in them, but yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's fine. A little bit of sewing goes a long way. You can actually use the rat's tendons to sew it all back together. It's
Vinny, save us from
incredibly
this. It is
helpful.
your go. And
Okay.
Lloyd, you'll be up next.
Okay, with the being now clear of this group of rats, this thing out, I'm going to. I'm assuming I'm stumbling back from the push and then crouch low and
Yes.
sweep low
Yep.
from with one of my scimitars.
Cool. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. You have flanking, so there's a +2 to
Flanking.
to that.
That's
You're
a
also
+2,
blessed.
and I have the +4. And if this hit, will be a sneak attack.
Yep.
Because Romulus is adjacent.
All the dice. That hits. Doing 6 plus
6 plus 3.
6 plus 3.
9 damage.
9 points of damage, halved to 4 because they are a swarm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nope, not 4 HP left. 4 damage. There we go. Okay. Taking your first swing through, you cleave through and you otherwise part a number of rats, but there are multiple tiers of rats in this situation, whereas still some of them swarming over one another. But you carve through the top layer. Only maybe 2 or 3 more layers to go at most.
Oh no.
Okay. In that case, then, bonus action, I'm going to repeat that.
Go ahead. This one's
Sneak
about the
attack.
sneak attack. Yep.
Um,
Yep, that hits and does 5 points of damage, halved to 2.
Mhm.
Most of the next layer is gone. as you otherwise carve through, separating a large number of them. In this instance... Okay, good to know.
How is Kay looking in this scenario?
Okay, how are you looking? He's looking angry.
I have
he's
as
looking
much
angry.
HP as you.
Okay. I will stay here then in that case.
Okay. Rat Swarm 2's go. Rat Swarm 2 is going to try again.
Woo!
Okay. Natural 20.
Oh, no.
I hate you.
Storyteller did say the dice were rigged. Didn't tell you which ones.
Indeed.
Okay. Okay, this is a lot of dice. Okay. Okay. That is 15 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, I'm. The hell was that?
Oh, everything alright?
Sorry. Hearing a bunch of banging through the walls next door. Don't know what happened there. It's a D12.
D12,
That's what
you're
I
using
have,
your
D12.
biological resilience?
Yep.
Okay.
3 plus 1.
3 plus 1. 4 points of damage less, so that makes that 11 points of damage. Okay. Through it all, you watch as Kay begins to get otherwise torn to shreds, bits of his fur are otherwise being peeled away, and you watch as the bite marks are very much setting in with the large number of attacks that are coming in. Kat and Vinny, you two would notice this. You watch as they are doing so. This is the first time seeing it for both of you. You watch as the rats otherwise begin to bite into him. You watch as some of them begin to pull back, as sections of his muscles harden, go shiny for just a moment before dissipating back to their natural colour.
Ow!
Okay. That is the swarm of rats go. Next up in the initiative, Lloyd, you are up.
If I
And
die to
Damian,
rats,
you will be up
I'm
next after
upset.
this. The rat that
I'm
dies to
gonna
rats.
die to rats.
Damian, how are you doing?
I warned
I
you.
mean, I have health, but I am sort of restrained and stuff, so I'm probably going to keep dealing with damage to myself.
Yeah, I don't think me trying to pull you out is the best of ideas.
No idea.
Hmm.
I mean, I assume that you're not still pressed up against the wall, or are you?
Use
He's
your
No, no.
beholder
at this
eye
point
beams.
he doesn't need to
Yeah.
lose any movement to do that, so he can just
Yeah.
undo that.
What was I gonna say? Did we? These guys weren't weak to radiant, right?
Not that you could tell, no.
Yeah. In that case, oh boy. I can't really help much here, can I? I'm looking at my spells. It's like, I guess we try to kill it.
That would be preferable.
Alright. Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom
Chris?
saving throw. That's a 3.
That is D12 damage for Toll the Dead.
Yep, as it is already damaged.
Yep. 11.
Ooh, okay.
How much of that does Damian take?
He takes half, so he takes 5.
Oof.
Ouch. Well, it's okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, you don't have your heals, do you?
What, myself?
The lay on hands, you already used them today, right?
Yeah, yes, I have done that
Oh,
too.
shit. Does this thing have opportunity attack?
You
Or
don't
does
know.
it have to envelop you?
You don't know. This is something you haven't tested before.
Don't worry. Damian's only gonna die in
Mm.
the third session. God.
That's okay. We've got at least 2, so it's all good.
I mean,
I'm gonna stay here. Oh. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, even if he hits 0, he's not dead yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's mid slime.
It's
Yeah,
not
there's
going to
some
be
issues.
positive. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna turn around and yell, "We need some help over here! Damian's getting eaten."
Okay. You shout that, everyone has now been
So
made
is
aware.
everyone else, apparently.
Okay.
I
Also,
can't
there's
wait
one
to yell
troll.
back, I am
There's
being
one,
eaten.
also, there's one traumatized rat over here. I think we've got you beat.
Okay. So,
And check what I
Get
need
into
to.
rat therapy.
what else are you going to check?
I just wanted to see the omen.
Some of your omens are concentration, remember? I think most of
Yeah.
them are.
I think they all are.
No, they're not.
And I don't think all of them are. I think 3 of the 5 are.
Only the one where I take control of them, and it's one other, I think.
Oh, okay. 2 of them are. Okay.
Need to
Yeah.
find
Again,
where
we'll make
custom
it.
content is.
It's not in the custom content.
No, custom Theurgist.
Oh, I sent it to you personally, so that's where you need to look at it from.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Which one are you looking at specifically?
Trying to see it.
Oh,
It's only okay.
not realize what.
Yeah. Burden, his movement speed is halved.
Yeah.
Tragedy won't work in this instance. Well, actually, no, it can do, but
I was
yeah.
I was gonna do agony, but I should have done it before
Yeah.
the other. Yeah. Okay, ignore me then. It's fine.
End of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Green rats, they failed their wisdom saving throw, so they are going to disengage and they are going to flee back into their nest in the wall, leaving the combat area. Okay.
Fair enough.
End of their turn. It is now the ooze's turn. At the start of the ooze's turn, Damian, you automatically take acid damage, but it cannot attack you. You automatically take 5 points of acid damage.
My goodness. Okay.
Okay. End of the ooze's turn, as it cannot do
Uh,
anything else.
What does bloodied mean?
Bloodied means that you're half hit
HP.
points or lower.
Oh yeah, I'm bloodied.
Okay. End of ooze's turn. Damian, it is your turn.
How
You
did
are
I have
currently
died
inside.
by now?
Quite a lot of people would have.
What the hell do I do at this point?
Died from the first hit.
You can attempt to escape the grapple. Notably, the direction in which you'd be leaving would be into the sewage water because Lloyd is staying there.
Wonderful. Well,
You do get an additional d4 against this, and there is just a straight athletics check to escape.
I think I just have to try at this point.
Okay, this will take your action notably.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well.
go ahead and roll me an athletics check and add a d4 for bless to it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. These two. Oh, wonderful.
If you have inspiration, you can use it if you
I'm
wish.
gonna have to. Is that both of them or just?
That's just the d20.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, I'm using my inspiration for that. Crikey. That's
Much
more
better.
Like it.
Okay. You initially attempt to pull free, seeing that Lloyd is still there, as Lloyd is still in this situation, but you pull yourself free, otherwise pulling away at the strings of this thing as they snap, pulling yourself free from it. You fall into the stagnant water nearby that goes up to about your knees, as you otherwise kind of plunge into the muck given the weight and the armour that you're wearing. The plants nearby kind of stick, but they aren't being harmful in any way. You just seem to be smelling not so nice now.
Well,
Okay.
let's do it anyway.
That used your action and 5 feet of movement.
Oh, I can move now if I want to.
Yes,
Whoa.
you can move if you wish.
Can I climb up? Back up?
You can if you wish. Notably, it has had its turn since, so it has its reaction. So it could make an attack opportunity if it wanted to. So it might end up putting you in the same situation as before.
Right.
So it's up to you if you want to take that risk if you think it's not going to hit you.
Oh, I've got to move. Maybe not. No, because otherwise I'd be. No, I've got to kind of stay here, haven't I?
You also have a bonus action as well if you wish to use that for anything.
Yeah.
Next up on deck will be Cat, followed by K.
Yeah. What the bloody hell do I do? I've got a rat in my hair. I'm gonna be freaking out.
I can't attack at the moment.
No, you've used your action at this point.
Yeah. So just,
Low levels are tough.
I don't think there's much that I can do when it comes to bonus action. All I can really do is try to move, but that seems actually kind of silly. I guess I'm staying there.
Okay. You hold yourself in that place. Okay. With that, Cat, it is your turn. You have a rat on your back and in your hair, and it's otherwise clambering and climbing and panicking, as are you.
Okay.
The rat sat on the cat.
No, I'm flat out panicking, so I'm just. You know when you've got a spider and you know it's on your back and you're trying to fling it off, sort of thing. It's a situation like that. I am moving in a direction 1 o'clock, so that'll be towards. I'm facing. So it'll be that way.
Go ahead and
Can I get myself together enough to be able to cast a spell? Hang on, 1 sec. Can I do this?
Okay. I will.
Oh no.
No.
Hang
Okay.
on, what is that? 1. No.
1.
I
I will
can't.
say, in this instance, then, as an option here, if you wish to, you can make a hooves attack against the rat and attempt to knock it and kick it off.
Don't I have a negative to that? You know what? Yeah, sure, go. let's go for it. Why
Alright,
not?
go
I
ahead
can't
and make
it
an
any
attack
worse.
roll then.
10. That's +1 to hit. I don't know how I got +1 to hit, but whatever.
Plus
I mean, I've
one,
got to
'cause you're
assume you're
proficient.
proficient with your
Yeah, you're
hooves.
proficient with your hooves.
No, I guess. Fine.
Yeah.
It's
So in
11.
this instance, as you otherwise are panicking, I'd say Romulus, you're definitely seeing this, and Vinny, you probably are as well. As you see Cat over on one side panicking, you can see this patch of dark fur as it otherwise begins to bounce along the outside of her hair, off of her back, and you watch as she rears up and kicks it as the rat shoots across the chamber and splats on the wall on the opposite side.
Oh, that's not going to be flannelable at all.
Nope.
I hope I didn't see that I've killed it. I just think it's
You were
fallen off somewhere.
facing away when you kicked it, so.
Thank God. Okay.
Good job, cat. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Romulus smacks it once.
I got it off. I got it off. Who's in trouble?
It's usually everyone, but
Yeah, so that would have used your action, probably 15 feet of movement given your panicking state. So.
Help K.
So if you have a bonus action,
I have a bonus action of nothing. So,
you have 15 feet of movement.
okay, help K. There you go. That's all I've got.
Okay.
You can do this. I mean, he's a rat. I don't know. I'm terrified of him as well. In fairness,
Moral support, I guess.
I'm
Okay.
backing up because I've seen things I don't want to see.
Okay. Kay, it is your go. Romulus, you will be up next.
Alright. I am doing spinning tail blade attack.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
There's no way I can miss.
Power
They're all around me.
This is
I
accurate.
did not miss.
Okay. Spinning around in this instance, your tail begins to carve through a number of them, almost like a kind of a silent corkscrew motion as it otherwise tears through a number of rats as they begin to kind of collapse onto the ground around, just leaving small pools of corpses before you watch as some of them kind of fizzle away with the poison. Okay.
Alright. That is 10 damage total.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The 8, which is slashing, is halved because it's still a swarm.
And then But I can't leave this space because they will just murder me anyway, so I'm going to bonus action
attack.
again.
Okay. Okay. Doing 2 points halved to 1 and 2 points of poison. Okay. You otherwise, in your current situation, not being able to leave.
I am making it noted that I am eating some of these rats.
Okay. In this instance, seeing a number of them otherwise attacking, it's like the scene from Kong on the Skull Island, where you just bite into one of the rats and slurp up the tail before grabbing a number of rats and just raking them off you with the claws. There's a number of them are scattered. The swarm is thoroughly thinning and looking like it's going to heavily retreat. Okay. Romulus, it is your go.
Well,
You hear the shout for help back here from Damian as he is now, or from Lloyd and Damian as he's now free. Kay shouting with his mouth full.
I'm also shouting the fact that I'm being eaten too.
Vinny, you'll help Kay, right?
Yeah, I've got this. Go and help Damian.
Cool, good, great. So, what's happened to Damian from being in the sewer muck?
Doesn't seem like there's much happening to him. He just seems to be smelly now.
Alright, well then, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You have a Dane X,
5.
which is 10 foot, remember? If you wanted to.
Yeah. I also have 35 foot movement, so
Okay.
I just fucking yeet wherever the fuck I want to go.
Okay. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, because it's a difficult terrain moving through.
Okie doke. And in that case, I do dismech.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Actually, you know what? I'll take the opportunity to go over here instead, without entering its threatened range.
So
just
going from there to there, then.
Yeah, if that's
Okay.
all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just because it seems smarter.
Okay.
And I will be doing the Danax thing. Wait, no, that's slashing. I disregard that statement, Chris. I will instead be pulling out my maul and smacking with my maul.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
You thought you had me, you sly dog. This is gonna hurt so much when it misses. Okay, that's a 12.
Hits!
Oh god!
Man! So that's 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you bap the ooze on the head. Just splump. It wobbles a bit, but doesn't do as much as you'd hope.
I regret everything that just happened. Why did I come and help you? I could have killed a lot of rats with that, but no, I just wobbled the jelly.
You have a bonus action if you wish to use it.
Yeah, sure, I'll horn the fucking slime.
Okay.
That sounds like it's a good idea.
Okay. Vinny, you will be up next for note, followed by Lloyd.
I reckon we're going to be seeing the
Again, minimal damage.
Minimal damage. 1 point of damage as you stick your horns into the ooze. And it being partially
see,
up
like-
there and partially mixed in with various plant life, you just skewer into what you think is it. It's just this string which was pulling off of Damian, which just snaps.
Oh, that's depressing.
Okay. Vinny, you are up.
Okay. How did you say these rats were looking?
They are looking very hurt and they are looking broken. A number of them seem to be leaving the vicinity. You get the general sense that they are preserving themselves at this point.
Okay. Can I attempt to get them off K or get K out from them without risking hitting him?
So like a pulling? Attack
Yeah,
roll?
sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
Okay.
This will be versus the rat, which will be with disadvantage given their swarm size. Okay.
Does also benefit from bless, I believe.
Yep, it is an ability check. Yeah, plenty.
All right.
Yeah, as you just pull pull K free, otherwise dragging him out of the rats, which now begin to flee and begin scattering in different directions. No longer clung to a target, so they have no incentive to stick around.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'd like to do something to help over here as a bonus action, but I don't think I really have any that would help. I've only got one. I've only got enough spell points left for one healing word, and I want to save that until in case somebody goes down.
I can help with healing.
Okay, so until then, I'm going to move over here.
Okay.
And probably end my turn here.
Okay. End of that goes into Swarm 2's go. No longer clung to K, they are going to disengage and flee. They have no incentive to stick around. Lloyd, it is your go. And Damian, you will be up next.
Damage.
Huh?
Lloyd, it is your go, and Damian, you are up next.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Guess we just want to kill it as fast as possible.
Please. We don't want to both get engulfed by it.
Yeah, wisdom save again, Chris.
Okay. 5.
Oh, it's getting smarter.
7
points
damage.
of damage. Nice. Okay.
Fuck it. Forgot to do agony again. Can I do agony before that?
Okay. So with agony, I need to make a save.
Read what save it is.
Charisma, I believe.
Yeah. Charisma check.
Agony. Charisma saving throw versus the creature within 60 feet of you. That is a 3.
Alright, that's a fail.
So it is now
In that
agony.
case, I will use a hit die to do 2d6 additional.
Okay.
And you can make an
Additional save at the end of each turn when you do this. Yeah.
No, at the end of my turn, you can do this.
Yeah. 8 points of damage. Okay. Job. It is looking hurt. It shrinks down in size.
That's something at least.
Okay. Yeah, very good damage. As you watch as Lloyd otherwise kind of instinctively puts his hand out, you watch as these almost red barbs begin to form around the exterior and the interior of this ooze. As you watch as he snaps his fingers, a bell tolls above it, to which you watch as the barbs otherwise go from their otherwise contracted state outwards and almost spike the exterior of it quite nastily as it is shocked with necrotic damage. Okay. Do you wish to use your movement at all?
Now that it's small, yes.
Okay. It is going to attempt to make an engulf attack against you as you break out of its attack range. That is a natural 20.
God.
Okay.
Fucking damn.
I assume I'm still within 5.
Still within 5 if you wish to use your reaction.
I think I will be.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Can
you'll be
I ask
reducing it by a d10 plus 2. Okay.
Red, not the red.
You were going to ask something,
Green.
Harlan?
Can I ask a weird question?
Uh-huh.
Does it
Green.
being shrunk count as it leaving my threatened range?
Unfortunately not.
Worth a
Oh?
try.
No. It's
Can I
worth a try, but...
So can I use bless on this or not?
No, because this is just a d10 plus 2. It
Gotcha.
automatically goes through. Also, one thing, is this interception where it reduces damage, or is this the one which causes
This is the
disadvantage
one
on
that
the attack roll?
reduces damage. Yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't, you thought that would be more useful because it's flat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can reduce it to 0. Okay. So
Oh, I'll let you.
that is 9 points of bludgeoning damage. How much did you reduce it by?
7.
Okay, so you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage and 4 points of acid damage. So 6 damage overall, Lloyd. Okay, and you are now engulfed, meaning you don't move anywhere.
Oh.
Alright, you get on one side, I'll get on the other.
And
Don't
that is
worry,
also
Lloyd. We'll save you.
also a concentration check,
Even if it
please,
kills
Lloyd,
you.
for your bless. And I'm going to roll its charisma saving throw now. That is a nope.
That is a no.
Ooh.
That is also a no.
Nope. Okay.
No bless
Goodbye,
me.
bless.
Goodbye, bless.
What's the charisma save for?
For Omen of Agony.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
Basically, he can spend a hit die to do 2d6 additional damage with any attack he puts through, or any damage he deals from a source. But he uses up his hit die, so it means he recovers less. The intent being, if you're a long-range caster and you're not in close combat getting attacked, you can just pump out lots of damage. But then if you get hit, then it backfires, which is what's happened here. So, it's an interesting one. Okay, that is the end of your turn, I believe, Lloyd. As your movement is 0, you've used your action, your bonus action. It is now its turn. You are engulfed. It cannot attack you, but instead you take 11 points of acid damage.
I don't think I can do anything about that.
Are you unconscious? You are unconscious. Okay. You watch as the ooze wraps around Lloyd, and you watch as in that instance, you watch as bits of his flesh begin to burn as he otherwise just begins to almost grab at his neck before you watch as his eyes close and he falls to one side kind of in acidic fits. Okay. End of Lloyd's, or end of its go. Damian, it is your go.
Right, I need to make some room for Romulus to get in there, I guess. No, I can still stay here. If Romulus goes round the back and Vinny attacks on the front, that should work. Okay, I guess I'm attacking it with my mace.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
I mean, there's not a lot else I can do. I don't have less any longer. Oh my goodness.
That is a...
That's a 9.
That just hits.
Right, and then it's damage, which is the red.
Yep.
Now, does this count as me taking damage and failing death saves?
This would, yes. So how much damage is that?
It is 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. 8 damage, so that will be halved to 4. Lloyd, you fail a death saving throw.
Only 1 or 2?
Only 1. Because it counts as a source of damage, not a melee hit.
Okay.
So you fail 1 of your 3 death saving throws.
Cool.
Okay.
I guess probably the most sensible thing for me to do at this point, given I'm bloodied and not a lot else I can do at the moment, and hopefully these two can take care of it, is move out the way a little.
Okay.
So I'll move 2 along.
Okay. And your go. Cat, you are up next. From this direction, you cannot currently see what's going on.
15, 20, 25.
5.
Can I see any bits of Lloyd exposed?
No.
Like a hand or anything?
In this instance, I will say, Lloyd, go ahead and roll me a d6. On a 5 or 6, you have a bit exposed. And Cat, go ahead and roll me a d20 for perception.
Nope.
Okay.
Do I add my perception to that?
Yes, you add your perception here.
My perception, that is 18.
Okay. Looking across it with your perception, you can see that none of him is exposed. He is entirely engulfed. If there's anything exposed, it's on the opposite side of him.
Okay, how much movement did I just use? 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, I've got another 20.
Mm-hmm.
How am I gonna get to him? And I can't attack the slime. Alright. 5, 10,
10, 15.
15.
It's difficult terrain after you get into it, so it's 10,
Okay.
15 there. That would be as far
Right.
as you could get.
Alright, okay. Okay, and I still can't see anything.
No, not from this angle.
Alright, who's after me? Okay,
Okay, then Romulus,
Okay,
then
man.
Vinny, then Infernal.
Alright, Romulus, try and get an arm or a leg or something out. I can bring him back. And I'm gonna hold a magic missile with the heal rune.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. I noticed that you DC'd there, Romulus, so I'm going to assume that was something tabletop-wise. Given that you're still talking.
Well, apparently. Or either that or just enough of a blip that it meant that I couldn't do anything.
Ah, okay. Right. Okay, so Kay, it is your go.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt to do something. I don't know if it'll work.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt.
5,
5, 10, 15, 20. I am doing a charge at the gloopy gloppy thing, and I am going to try and get it off of him by taking it with me as a dive onto it and try and take it with me off of him.
Okay, I dig this. Go ahead and make me an athletics check. This will be a attempted push attack, and I will say versus the escape DC of the engulf.
Better be a good roll. It's a 15.
Running towards it through just behind Vinny, you otherwise dive towards it as everyone else is preparing for this. You otherwise hit it, mouth wide open, claws at the ready. You grapple and stick onto it and tear with this almost terrible sound as it peels off Kay as you roll to the other side, freeing Lloyd's body, to which Cat you can now see. So go ahead and roll me your 3 magic missiles.
Plus 3.
Plus
So
3.
that's 11.
11 points of healing to you, Lloyd. And you may
Do
dispose...
do I get a second death save?
No,
No,
because
because
he
I
didn't
didn't
do
do
damage.
damage.
He just pulled it off.
Oh, he pulled it off, right.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't do damage with his teeth and claws. He just used that as a method to pull it off.
Yeah.
Okay, so you gain 11 points of healing, but you are currently prone.
Now, did that take my action, or...?
That would have taken your action for the push, yeah.
Okay, then... bonus action, I'm gonna claw this thing.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll. Still hits. Doing 2 without the modifier and half the poison damage, so 3 points of damage. Okay.
Woo!
Otherwise,
I did 2
peeling it
things.
off and peeling it off of Lloyd as Lloyd is healed by otherwise 3 unicorn horn magic missiles which stick into him, but you watch as they otherwise rejuvenate his wounds, otherwise sealing up the majority of them, before you peel it off and tear away a small chunk of it as you land, otherwise growling in its general direction. Romulus, it is your go.
Romulus Rust, the rustiest boy to ever rom. Question. Lloyd is conscious but prone, right?
Correct.
Can you be in the space of a prone creature?
Unfortunately not, no.
I really hate everything about where my feet are right now.
What feet?
Hooves are still feet. Technically, if you think about it, I just have one really big toe.
Alright,
I
so,
prefer not.
what are you...
Yes, I will be doing the thing to attack. Is that alright with you,
Yep.
Chris?
Go ahead. Yep, that hits. Doing
Lovely.
5 plus 4, 9
5
points
plus
of damage to it. Is you
And
otherwise
then, of course,
Mhm.
also horny as well.
3 points of damage? It's just enough. As you swing overhead, plowing your mace into the bottom of it, or into the top of it, it splits into 2 as a piece otherwise congeals going towards Lloyd. As you step forward and skewer it with your horns, pinning it against the wall as it slowly drips onto the ground nearby. It
Oh,
is
no.
very much dead.
I think some of that slime got onto my rats.
It did indeed.
Alright. I'm going to lift the rats off and put them in my bag.
Okay. as you lift the rats off, putting them in your bag, as Lloyd, you kind of sit to one side, beginning to collect yourself. You all take a moment of peace as combat ends and dies down.
Well, that was fun.
Ow.
Ow.
Are you running along this side, Cat?
I know what K is.
Okay. As you run past, you can still hear squeaking and scratching from these other nests.
Stay in the water.
Okay.
Don't start another combat. I don't have the health for that.
Yep, agreed.
I've actually not taken any damage in any of the combats we've done. The
Oh,
only thing that's
good for
damaged me so
you.
far has been that one trip.
Look, I took damage so this thing wouldn't die.
You also threw a rat at that thing.
Yes, rats build character.
The rat builds character, plus also the fact I'm on 7 HP. If I would have taken the opportunity attack, I probably would be dead right now.
Oh, that's fair enough. Just very funny. So, how are we all feeling? I think we did very well.
I got him.
Looking
I
at
was-
K, are you actually a friend?
Kay is just gonna ignore this and sit on the ground and pull out one of his meat legs and face away from the party and start eating it.
Oh.
Okay, alright.
That's such a K thing to do.
Just to make sure he ain't going anywhere until he answers the question, I'm casting Mold Earth around him to hold him in place.
Okay. How long does Mold Earth take to cast?
An action.
It is an action.
Okay. So,
Like-
Kay, you watch as Cat goes up to one side and pushes Earth towards you, creating a small barricade that's about 5 feet tall, at most, as it begins to otherwise change the shape of the causeway. Do you wish to remain in this seating position, or do you wish to move?
What are you doing, Cat?
He has a rat mouth, a rat
Of
nose.
course I'm moving.
I saw him
Okay.
use claws.
Trying to eat my food.
He threw
Leave
a
me
rat
alone.
at me. How am I meant to know that he's not one of them?
You have a horse body, horse legs, and I have a bull head and arguably hooves that don't actually quite fit on a cow body but are somewhat animalistic. Let's not throw stones in glass houses.
I just want to know if he's actually friendly or not. I
Of course
don't.
he is. Kay's been a friend of mine for a while now.
And I haven't killed you yet.
You hear the voice otherwise from behind you as he's otherwise snuck past on the balcony and just sat back down with the rest of the party behind, away from the Mold Earth.
Oh my fucking god. Okay. That I find creepy. But
Are
do
you
not
right,
get the whole
Calvin?
rat thing from the ears.
I didn't know what it was, but when I saw his mask open up and him biting and chewing and eating the rats, and it was a bit
Well,
much.
I'm gonna. Can I do a thing? Can I just I put my arm around Cat. Well, Cat, you've got to understand that sometimes in the heat of battle, we use every advantage at our disposal. I'm sure that Kay wouldn't normally rip and tear and bite into what they're doing, and even you have gotten to points which can be violent. I'm just slowly leading Cat over to the smashed rat corpse.
Son of a...
I'm trying to do this very straight and serious. This here is the rat corpse of the one that you hit off you earlier, and I must say it was a wonderful shot. You see, the skull is cracked right in two, and the brain matter is spread out in a lovely arc.
I killed this?
Yes.
I killed something. that was alive.
No. You killed something that was attacking you. That is self-defense.
But it was alive.
Arguably.
It had a life of its own. It could have had kids, it could have had a family, and I killed it.
If it's any help, we probably killed a lot of those kids just then.
That
And
does
I
not
ate
help.
some.
I'm just gonna go and
I'm gonna
sit
pull out the two
myself
rats
for a
and I'm
while.
going to turn these two into handkerchiefs.
This is no. I can't have killed something. This is not how it should be. This is not how it should be.
Cat. Sometimes we have to take a life in order to save a life. Sometimes that's our own life, sometimes that's the life of others. Now, we can look for alternative options as much as we like, and sometimes we'll even find them. But there will come a time where it's the only option, or it's the best option of a bad bunch. When it comes to that time, you have to be able to accept it. I understand that it's painful to take a life, but don't do this creature the discredit of saying that things should have been different. It has passed. We are responsible, so we have to take responsibility for it. Do you understand, Cat?
Nope. No, she's very upset right now. Like really upset.
I'm going to go in for a hug. Is there a comforting roll I can make?
Make me a charisma check.
Oh, that's such a bad idea, but okay. That is a 3. There. Like, it's a very nice hug, but then it's utterly ruined by Romulus opening his mouth.
Okay, I accept the hug, but still very emotional. I gotta look over at the party. How injured are people looking?
Very.
Yeah, pretty injured.
I'm just fine.
I've lost 60% of my health.
Okay, before I go into like a self-loathing sort of thing, reluctantly, sort of like run my arm along or my hand alongside Chania, and I'm gonna cast a second heal rune, magic missile, one at Vinny, one at
I'm just gonna
Damian,
put the option out
one at
there
Kay.
just in case. Short rests are still a thing in campaign 2.
Yeah.
Forgot about them.
I was thinking of taking
Yeah.
a short rest.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
We
like
don't-
It's a good idea at this point.
yeah, no, I forgot about it. Yeah, fair.
no, that's
sorry.
fair. One hasn't
Kill
been done
yourselves.
yet.
I'm using my resources.
Oh, that took a complete 180. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go bury this rat carcass that I've created.
Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of it.
You are not taking care of it. I'm smacking his hand out the way. No.
All
I'm
right.
gonna sit on the edge of a bridge and sort of collect my thoughts and sort of rest for a short while.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and scrape the
I
carcass
just looked
off
at
the
the
wall and bury it.
I mean, I could eat it.
I hate this party. Savages. No,
Oh.
I am
No,
not burying this.
You're right. You know what? Yes, we need to do a proper funeral for this smashed rat.
Yes.
Do I need to light a torch and do a Viking funeral down the sewer?
That was my thought. Yes. Chris, would I have enough wood scraps on me to make a shitty little boat?
I'll allow it.
Yeah. I'm going to be using my wood carving to make a shitty little boat so that we can set it on fire and send it floating down the sewer.
Yeah, I've got my tinderbox. Just get mate.
And so. And so, as this tiny rat, as this smashed pulp of a rat is scooped onto a bit of driftwood,
Oh, and there's a
set
lot
on
of
fire, and pushed down the stagnant water. It goes about 5-10 feet. You just watch as it capsizes and fizzles out as it just mulches into the water.
Arms of an angel.
And so, while our adventurers rest, shall we say, after their successful send-off of one of many rats, our party rests in waiting of what would come next for them. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And good night.
Bye.